go into the attacking 50, while the Crows are lamenting at only 40%. So a lot more efficient, the Bays. The Crows a lot more defensive. Who do you think is going to come out on top?
Look, I'm going to tip the home side, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Crows got up. But for mine, Doug, Glenelg by 4 goals.
I like Adelaide. I think they'll cause a toss-up. The umpires coming in for today's match: Mitchell Harris, Theron Philp and Giles Lewis. Ball quickly out the centre by Big O'Brien. Kicks it forward into the attacking 50. Hands go up and there's a good strong mark. I think that's the fellow just coming in to the day for Harrison Deer. He's pulled in a very good strong mark right in the middle of the pack. He'd probably be 45 when he kicks from goal.
Yeah, it'll be the perfect start for Adelaide, Doug, and the bounce probably favoured Riley O'Brien in the ruck. Many expected it to be recalled, but an advantage now for the Crows, lining up for the first goal of the day.
Brilliant start from Harrison Deer. That was a strong mark. He comes in now, head over the ball, kicks it, but falls short. Came off to the side a little bit, bounced out of bounds. It might have even scraped the point post. It has. It's no score, and the Crows can't afford that. Out of the attacking 50 now, a lovely kick and pass. Mark's taken there brilliantly by Proud. Max Proud's good player, back one way and kicks forward, up to the wing. Big pack over the top. There's a run on there, just trying to pick it up. Ball comes out, it's intercepted by Hill for the Crows. He swung back, tackled, the ball slipped out over the boundary. It'll be a throw in.
Yeah, good start for the Crows. Unfortunately for Harry Deer, just didn't make great connection with that kick, that first shot on goal, Doug.
In ruck, Big O'Brien in front, brings it down for the Crows. Looked like Jarman took it. Pack forming. It was Jarman, he's got out, but just too late. No, it wasn't Jarman, it was Signorello, and the ball's been thrown up again. Vivi got in front and took the ball down. Nick Vivi. Big job today against the Giant in O'Brien and Harrison Deer probably. Ball thrown up again, just on the wing, on the far side of the ground. Just over a minute into the first quarter at Glider Old Stadium. Ball down there, good mark. Looks to me be a good mark by
Davis, I reckon.
Davis, it is. Ben Davis got the ball, kicking forward into the attacking 50. Big up goes Harrison again, pulls it down to the ground. Scraps come out. At the back is picked up beautifully by Motlop. He looks wide, he's trying to chip it over. Slipped over in the back pocket. It's kicked out under pressure, but Amato cleans up the mess. Nicholas Amato on his left foot goes beautifully and quickly out to Glenelg. Go forward, and they're going quickly through this centre now into the attacking 50. The ball's in the pocket. First error of the Crows. Crows with a series of handballs come away. Goes wide now. Picked up easily by Joseph Brown. Brown in the back pocket. Deep in defence. Looking for someone up. There's Davis in front. There comes Haddon over the top. Brings the ball down. Good attack on the ball by Haddon.
Yeah, it was, Doug. It was a great attack from Doug Haddon. And he's a good story. He played some reserves with Sturt last year. Previously spent some time in the NEFL with Sydney. So good that he's getting an opportunity here through the connection with Ryan O'Keefe. So the ball will be thrown into play. Left half forward down at the Kernahan end, favouring the end of which the Glenelg side are going. Shot with a rush kick inside 50. Down there, Reynolds. Couldn't quite crumb it. Terry Malira. Ball at ground level. Good tackle there on the Crows defender in Venning. In fact, no, I take that back. It was a high tackle from Josh Scott. So Sam Venning, the recipient of a free kick, 35 from defensive goal.
Who's got the job on Malira, Phil? Did you pick that up?
I reckon it has gone to Kyle Cheney, so a veteran defender at AFL level for both Melbourne and Hawthorn. And you might get the ball now with the chip going sideways. It's Damon Hill in possession. Defensive 50. It's a nice looking kick. Couldn't quite find Wilson over the hands there of Edwards. O'Brien does well for Adelaide. Gives a hand pass out into no man's land. Vivi there to apply some good pressure. Shot also in there for Glenelg. And he forces a stoppage just forward of centre wing. Advantage side for the Tigers. On your broadcast side wing, Phil Aspinall and Doug Robinson here on the SANFL digital pass coverage. Round 7 SANFL Maccas League. The Crows will go forward now through Jarman. Good take from Himmelberg. Comes in board with a beautiful hand pass to Davis. He tries to release Wilson. The ball can't quite sit for Pat Wilson. Swings onto the right boot. It's a beautiful pass inside 50 and spots up the sliding, diving Kirtley Hampton. It was good ball movement, Doug, from Adelaide, and clean possession sees them line up with a shot on goal through the player in Hampton.
Yeah, it was quick release just backward of centre that got the ball into the attacking area again, but Wilson turned around. He only kicked it 15, 20 metres at most, but he had the time to keep his hair down.
So 4.5 minutes gone opening term here at Glenelg Stadium. Curtly Hampton for the Adelaide Crows lining up for goal now. Kick from 40 metres directly in front. It's a good looking kick off the boot. It's straight over the goal umpire's head. And Adelaide score the first goal of the contest. And the Crows move to 1 straight 6. Glenelg yet to score. Hampton the goal kicker. We've gone 4.5 minutes in the first term. And it was clean ball movement from Adelaide, Doug, and a particularly good finish from Hampton.
Yeah, as I hope that Curtly Hampton would make an impact on the scoreboard. That'll make this an interesting game, because if the Crows can't find a couple of scoring avenues, they will be beaten. So that's very important.
And we talked about Hampton pre-game. He's certainly vital to the Crows' chances today. Off to the perfect start for Adelaide.
They certainly are. There's 1 goal to nothing. 4 minutes into the first quarter, come up to the 5-minute mark. Ball down, VV and O'Brien go at it. O'Brien beautifully over the back. Ball to the ground. There's a scramble of players. Applying the tackle, Scharenberg, very good player. In and out quickly was Bradley, very clever work, but he's pinged. 2 or 3 gang tackling Crows. Pull him up.
Matthew Snook ran into the brick wall that was Big O'Brien. He was going nowhere.
O'Brien got it down again with the left hand, hits the ground, kicked out quickly by Edwards, I reckon it was, goes forward. There's a wall of Bay's defenders. Quick kick short from Joseph. Out wide finds Bradley, being creative. Crossed into the middle, Motlop put one hand to it, was a bit out of his reach. Didn't take the ball. Quick handball out now to White. He's wide, he kicks into the attacking 50, but chopped off beautifully by Venning with a good intercept mark. He goes quickly out to O'Brien. O'Brien's in the defensive 50, handball's off. Over now to Jarman. Jarman back to O'Brien. The big man stuck on 1 foot, 1 kick. He did it well. Got it down. Is that Haddon? Pulled it in? No, it's not Haddon.
I reckon it's Lorna.
Lorna, yeah, it definitely is. Lorna from halfback flank on the members' wing. Only 1 goal scored. Adelaide's in front. He goes short. And there's Ben Davis once again. Ben Davis still in defence. Backward of wing quite a bit. Kicks now to the wing. Beautiful drop punt. Looking for Himmelberg, but over the top is Harrison. Harrison Deer just put the long arms up. He's a big man. Plays on quickly into the attacking 50. 1 on 2. Down goes the Crows player in McMahon. He couldn't get to it, so the ball spills over the back. Running away, Nicholson kicks out wide. Looking for Jesse White. Ball spills out over the boundary.
Yeah, White just getting a fingertip on it there, Doug, so it will be thrown in. And it was good roll-on play there from Adelaide. They just couldn't get the ball over the top to McMahon. So the ball will be thrown in. True centre wing on the outer side here at Glenelg. We've travelled 7 minutes. It's round 7, SANFL Maccas League. Phil Aspinall and Doug Robertson, your commentary team.
The conditions are not affecting this game one bit. If anything, the ball's bouncing softly so the players can trust attacking the ball, I think.
Yeah, and as we discussed off air, Doug, the venue looking a treat. Glenelg Stadium in great condition as the Tigers will take it from the clearance. It's Brad Close who goes inside 50 for Glenelg. Malira there, dangerous. That's the Terry variety. White in there as well. On hands and knees, Snook does well to farm out a hand pass. Looking there for Scott. He could have been taken high. Nothing doing, said the umpire. Back now to Nicholson. He'll get around on the right boot. The kick to the goal square. Marked by Terry Malira. So loose checking there from the Crows. And Terry Malira has marked about 6 metres out directly in front. And it was good ball movement from the Tigers to get it in quick. And now Malira should be able to go back and reward the effort for the Tigers, Doug.
Loose checking, yes, but that's creative from Malira. He just knew where the danger spot was. He rolled the dice. Now he'll kick a certain goal from 10 metres out.
So Terry Malira kicks a goal. That's the Tigers' first goal of the contest. And of course, their sponsor, Bone Timber, providing quality timber since 1919, a 5th generation family business, and we thank all our sponsors on the digital pass. That goal to Malira locks the scores away. It's Glenelg 1 straight 6, Adelaide 1 straight 6, and in this opening term we have travelled 8.5 minutes, Doug.
Well, both sides are feeling each other out. There's dead set even, 1 more goal each and they'll be even, let's face it. The conditions are conducive to good running football. Both sides are hard at it. Vivi under the ball, gets the handball, gets the tap out, goes wide but picked up by the Crows who bang it forward towards Davis. He's outmarked beautifully. Nice bit of work there. Good work from the defender in Curran, Chris Curran, the captain. Very, very good footballer. Goes into the middle, finds a man loose, which is Motlop. Goes one way, sells a bit, goes around into the attacking 50, but fell short. It was almost marked by the Crows defence, and they run out with a series of handballs. Comes out now, big Keith O'Brien was asked to do too much. A man over 2 metres tall. Curran again in defence. Forward for the Bays, knocked over by Ben Davis. Davis with a great handball back inside. Is that Wilson just running through to have a shot for goal? He's kicked a point. No, it was Signorello. Signorello came through. Very fast, very quick kick. Good reflex play.
Yeah, it was unlucky not to be rewarded with a good goal, but I really like the work of Davis off the ball with the body work. So the Tigers will take the kick out now through Slade, who'll come broadcast side. Looking there, coming in from the side was Walker, the first gamer. The quick kick inside 50, great spoil there by the Glenelg player in Proud, but it's down in the goal line area for Adelaide. Haddon can't keep it in the right forward pocket, otherwise known as Snout's Louts pocket here at Gliderol. So we'll have a boundary throw in down at the Phyllis end, or the primary school end of Gliderol Stadium. 10 minutes gone first term. Right forward pocket, the ball to be thrown back into play. VV up against O'Brien. O'Brien won this down from over the back. Edwards in there for Adelaide against his former club, of course. He does well to follow up, gets a handball back to Lee. The rush kick towards the goals. It's going to bounce favourably, is it? No, it's still in play. Well done by Slade. He can now run from defensive 50, but a great smother from McMahon. That's the 1%ers that the coach of Adelaide, Ryan O'Keefe, will be pleased with. The ball's going to be thrown in right underneath the scoreboard here at Gliderol Stadium. Shows Adelaide 1-1-7. They're leading Glenelg 1 straight 6. You're on the digital pass with Doug Robertson.
Phoebe in front of O'Brien. O'Brien from the back gets it down. The Crows player grabbed it. He's in a nest of Tigers and bang. He was held up. That was Signorello. Gets to the ball quite well, Signorello, very often. Phoebe and O'Brien again. O'Brien's open up like a man inspired. Free kick's gone. It's hit the ground. Now the handball came out from Nicholson. Now the Bays get clear through Curran. They're out just forward of the half-forward flank, half-back flank for the Bays. It's gone out of bounds.
There's a great call. Sorry, Doug, a great call on O'Brien because he's the leading stats getter on the ground. He's had 6 disposals and 4 hitouts. So he's playing like he wants Sam Jacobs' spot in the AFL side.
He must know Sam's injured. Everyone else is down at West Lakes. O'Brien again with his left hand brings it down, but the Bays gets there. Boys there, the Glenelg going through the centre. It's come out wide. It's a series of handballs. Nicholson, no, it wasn't Nicholson. It was Joseph gets a kick from backward of centre, puts it to the forward line, but it's come across to the members' wing. Picked up nicely and handballed inside by Costa. Costa with his long handball, searching handball, actually found Joseph, but the free kick was given away for a free push in the back, and Joseph takes that, runs back, kicks now into the attacking 50, goes back over the pack. In front, Miller has recovered brilliantly, but beaten to the ball there by Pat Wilson. Wilson, nice kick, and Himmelberg takes an easy mark in front of his opponent, just backward of centre. Just backward of centre. It's almost 12 minutes into this first quarter. Scores 1 goal to Glenelg, 1-1 to the Crows. Ball's just forward of centre now, free kick to the Crows.
It's going to go the way of Abe Davis. He was impeded by Chris Curran. Chris not happy with the decision, but umpire Mitch Harris right on the money.
As Ben Davis swings into the centre, kicks the ball to half forward, up goes Big Harrison, he's done it. 2 grabs, Big Harrison, and he was 1 against 2, but his just strength and his reach, because the ball bobbled out of his hands first, but then he had the presence of mind to stick the big mid out to grab it.
Yeah, and that's already a worrying matchup, I guess. Max Proud just being exposed a couple of times there in the aerial contest, so Mark Stone just sitting 3 metres to our left in the Tigers coach's box, but keeping a close eye on that one. Harrison Deer lining up for the second goal for the Crows.
Harrison Deer comes in now from 45, slight angle. He bangs it through. That's a goal. That's second goal for the Bays. They go to 2 goals, 12 points. Adelaide trail 1 goal, 1, 7 points. That's thanks to Bone Timber. Bone Timber is a great supporter here of Glenelg. And the Villiers Family Bakery also celebrating 50 years in business, taste and difference. That's good support for the SANFL football.
Oh, absolutely. We can't thank the sponsors enough to keep us on the air for the Digital Pass and SANFL Radio. So a good start for Adelaide, Doug. They're 2-1-13. Harry Deer kicking the goal for the Crows. Glenelg 1 straight 6. Umpire Theron Philp just waiting for the ruckman to get into position.
Well, both sides have shown they're willing to run and take the game on so far, don't you think?
Absolutely. So moving into the ruck for Glenelg is Jesse White. He's going to get a clearance, or is he going to assist the clearance there to close, but his opposing ruckman in Deer bustled his way through and gave away a free kick for high contact. So it's going to come the way of the Tigers player there in close.
It was unlucky for Deer because he played the ball well.
He did. He attacked it with some vigour. So Bradley Close, backward of centre wing in the middle of Gliderol Stadium. The kick towards Scott. Well roved off the pack by Ian Malira. Gives it back now to Amato, the former Rooster. The kick off the boot of Walker wasn't a good one. Put a teammate under some pressure. Amato taken in a tackle by Lee. Walker with some good follow-up. Glenelg now through shot, couldn't take it, dispossessed. Well done to the Crows player in Hill. His hand pass to Jarman, missed the target. Now with Costa of Glenelg. Down around the body, kicking it inside 50, Snook. And sliding in and taking a great mark is Josh Scott. Where all good forwards should play in front, just exposed his opponent. And the Adelaide defender caught there napping Sam Venning. And Josh Scott, you said in the pre-game, Doug, 2 goals in the state game last week. For mine, one of the best forwards in the competition.
And he can thank very much Costa for that. Young Costa got the ball out brilliantly and handed it off for the kick to go in half forward, and being in front is the place to be. And it's shot coming in now, not far out.
So Josh Scott, left forward pocket on a 45-degree angle. We're right behind him up in the commentary box. Comes in now. Deliberate approach, a beautiful kick. A goal to the Tigers. Scott gets his first and Glenelg get their second. The Tigers go to 2 straight 12. They trail Adelaide 2-1-13. We've travelled 15 minutes in this opening term, and a quality finish, Doug, from a quality player.
It was, because he's a big, aggressive man too, but he's got the skills to back that up. That was not an easy kick. It was a standard kick, but you have to do them.
He's such a quality player. Not too many centre-half forwards will win a best and fairest at league level, and he did in 2016, won the leading goal kicker for the Tigers with 42 goals. And I know there were a few other SANFL clubs chasing him when he was out of contract with the Tigers. They're rapt that he signed with them for another 2 years.
Yeah, so would I be. Harrison Ford in the ruck for the Crows, going up against Jesse White. Phil Aspinall with me decided that Jesse White has to pull his finger out. This is the day. Bradley's picking up a few kicks, the co-captain of the Bays. He kicks them over the centre line. Ball's hit the ground, it's in dispute. Handballs by, comes out now to Amado. He's getting plenty of the ball. Kicks forward at goal, but he's wide. It'll run through for a point. Amado's the highest possession winner for the Bays this year, and he's very, very busy. He's right in at that attack pretty well. Kick out now, it's just chopped off. It almost marked by Amado. The Crows kick out, picked up by Millery and goes forward. His brother just drops the mark at the head of the square. Ball's now in dispute, tapped out, clear. Crows are under pressure. There's a big pack forming. It's only 15 metres from the Bays goal. And that was a mistake on the kick out, and it was great work by Miller to chop it off, get it back. Ball's thrown up, 15 minutes out from the Glenelg goal. Bays shoveled it out in the open. Miller has got it. It's around his left foot. Kicked it wide and wobbly. Crows are in front. The defenders bring it to the ground. Has a series of handballs, and that's Lee, I think, coming through. Hill. Damon Hill just rushed it through for a point. Can't blame him for that.
So the scores now for Adelaide. They're 2-1-13. The Tigers have taken the lead with that rush behind, 2-2-14. The kick out now for the Crows. Looks for Signorello. Couldn't quite take it, but he was impeded upon in the contest by Josh Scott. The free kick going to go the way of Matthew Signorello.
A bit of a whack on the back of the ear then.
Behind the ear, yep.
All bad kick.
And the kick from Signorello, as Doug pointed out, off the side of the boot with a ball that's probably still a little bit greasy from some rain that we've had. So Snook will take the free kick for the Tigers. He'll go inside 50. Terry Malera with some body work. Ball spills out the back. Needs to sit for Scott. He runs onto it and kicks the second in as many minutes. The Tigers continue with their lead. They're 3-2-20. Adelaide 2-1-13. We've travelled 18 minutes in this opening term, and poor checking from the Crows' defence, Doug, letting Josh Scott out the back one-on-one by himself.
And that's surprising, because definitely a defensive style of football the Crows have got. It comes from the AFL naturally. And Scott just showed a turn of foot there, back in anticipation. He just read the ball well. You see, a footballer can play football whether he's quick or not. And that guy just proved it.
He looks a natural, doesn't he? He just reads the play well, and he's a great athlete and a great footballer at SANFL level, Josh Scott.
O'Brien's gone back into the ruck, I think, for the Crows. He takes the ball out the centre, runs over, pass out the middle. He's quick handball off. He's gone deep into attack now, the Crows. Trying to pick it up, but can't do it. Is the big man in Harrison Deer. He's too tall. There's a tackle there, high tackle, I think. It'll be against Joseph, and it'll go to Haddon. Haddon slipped as he went to the ball. He kicks the ball to the edge of the 50, right in the middle of the ground. Picking it up now off the ground was Launer. Launer goes back to Hill with a big left foot booming kick. Pushed under the ball by Jesse White was O'Brien, and marked behind the play, behind the pack. O'Brien was pushed out of the gate. Signorella's taken the mark. O'Brien was pushed out of the contention by White, which is very good, but there's no one backing White up.
Yeah, exactly right. Signorello read the flight of the ball a little better than others, and good body work in the end from White, but unrewarded. Signorello lining up for a goal for the Crows.
Not far to kick this, only 30 metres. He's on a pretty acute angle. He puts his head over the ball. The umpire runs to the right. He's missed. That's a big loss. They should not have missed that. And this is what we spoke about early. They haven't got enough goal opportunities. They can't let these go.
Yeah, Signorello in particular, 2 behinds on the day now. Got to make the most of his opportunities. So Tigers will take the kick out through Joseph, former Carlton player, and finds Marlon Motlop. The second M. Motlop to play for the Tigers, Doug. Of course, Uncle Mark Motlop played some footy down here at the Bays.
Had a great night in Dale with Uncle Mark.
Did you?
Years ago when North Adelaide played a trial match up there. It was wonderful.
So Motlop's kick found Proud, who clears defensive 50. Great attack on the footy there by Close. His handball just couldn't find the target in Ian Malira. So last possession free kick in the SANFL. It's gone the way of Alex Keefe. He's going to run himself into a bit of trouble. Steps around the attempted Ian Malira tackle. Kicks to half forward. Walker backing back, just misjudged the flight. Good work in there from Harrison Slee. He'll give it now to Lee, who go the spiral kick inside 50. Himmelberg couldn't take it. He does well to get it on the outside of the boot. Kicks a goal for the Crows. Great work from Himmelberg. Didn't have a left boot, but check-sided it off the right. And it's through for a goal for the Crows. Himmelberg's first, and that's Adelaide's third. They go to 3-2-20. Locking scores away 3-2-20 with Glenelg. 20 minutes gone in the first term. It was a good roving goal from the big man in Himmelberg, Doug.
Yeah, great work. He doesn't do enough, but he did that really, really well. Notice that Nicholas Amato's the highest stat getter for this quarter, as pointed out on the SANFL digital pass. Streaming on the web, anyone can get involved. $5.99 if you want 30 days on the pass. $29.99 if you want the full season. That's for club members. Just get involved by ringing your favourite SANFL club.
We, of course, saw Nick Amato, the player spotlight there, thanks to Gliderol, providing state-of-the-art garage doors for over 40 years.
Ball now to be taken a half-back. Looks like Bradley, is it? Goes forward. Nice, beautiful drop punt kick to the beautiful lead, and well taken by Reynolds. Good, clean football. Should see more of it at this level.
Former Port Magpies player, Doug.
Reynolds, yeah. The ball taken out. Signorello's got hold of the Bays trying to run out. It was once again taken by Reynolds. Handball goes free, but it's hit the ground to the centre half forward area for the Crows. This is trouble for the Bays. Crows are in there in numbers. They flick out a handball. Signorello's trying to get through. Gets a high tackle. Yes, the umpire said he got slapped. He was making the play. It was a bad skill error by the Bays. They dropped the ball at centre half forward, the very worst place you could possibly do it.
Yeah, I guess he'll discipline from the Tigers' defence, and third time's a charm for Signorello. Doug, he's kicked the 2 behind so far. He's going to kick from 40 out directly in front. Important he goes back for his confidence and to give the side the lead that he kicks this goal for the Adelaide Crows.
Well, he can't miss this. He just can't. A good footballer wouldn't miss this. He's got his virtually straight in front. He's only a 10-degree angle. Comes in now. He'll kick from 45. Distance shouldn't be a problem. Kick long. Umpire doesn't move. It's gone over his head. That's the 4th goal for the Adelaide Crows. If they go 4 goals to 26 points to 3 goals to the Bays, 20 points, and it's 22 minutes into the first term at Gliderol Stadium in great football conditions. Sun shining, no wind, beautiful surface, no water, no mud. This is good football, and at least Signorello got the bug off his back after missing a goal he should have got. Yeah,
absolutely. You took the words out of my mouth, Doug, and it'll be good for his confidence. He's getting plenty of the footy early so far. He's now the Crows' leading stats getter with 6. So we're back in the middle. VV and O'Brien, that one may have been recalled. Nothing doing there from the umpire. Edwards overran the ball. In there for the Crows is Wilson. The Tigers now through the avenue of shot, who kick inside 50. Terry Malira 1-2, couldn't take it. Probably dropped what he should have taken. Damon Hill does well to extricate himself from defensive 50. That's a beautiful kick off the right boot. And he'll spot up Himmelberg.
Looks like Corey Davey on Terry Malira.
Yeah, Corey Davey, a former North Adelaide player. It's a big ask for the young man. And the Crows have it now through Ben Davis.
They're the challenges you want, though.
Oh, absolutely.
You want to prove yourself.
And good on the coach of the Crows, Ryan O'Keefe, to give the young man the challenges. The Crows will go forward now inside, attacking 50. Michael McMahon just indecisive, gets a boot to ball. Well done by Big Slade of the Tigers. Gives it to Bradley. Handball's falling down. Goes back to his co-captain in Curran, who handballs falling down. Over the top now to Nicholson. Now back in board to Costa. Great handball releases the player in Scharenberg. Tigers go inside 50. Scott with the diving attempt. Mark couldn't take it. Well done by Cheney. Some composure from defence. The Adelaide Crows now through Kyle Cheney. He'll chip short. Whoa. He'll put his teammate Davey under a bit of pressure, but Davey up to the task. Follows up with a nice tackle on Walker. And the umpire comes in and says, my footy going nowhere. Score check here at Glider Row, Adelaide. 4-2-26 Glenelg, 3-2-20. 23 gone in the opening term. You're on the digital pass with Doug Robertson.
Margin is 6 points as the Bays stream into attack now. Deep in 25 metres from goal. The ball hits the ground. There's a pack forming. Players slipping over. Handballed out quickly by Terry Miller, but while he was sitting on the ground, the player he got the ball had nowhere to go, and he's just brought down in one big heap by Davey. And the ball will be taken. No, it's a free kick. The umpire liked the way that Davey tackled him. Must have had an illegal disposal of the ball, I'd say. Amato's on the mark. Davey now coming to the far half back flank, but outmarked Curran over the top. Captain, he's good, this boy. He can play football, uses his big reach. Pushed him under, he's outside, 60 metres from goal. Kicks into the goal square, big pack jumping. White went under the ball. White jumps in, the pack's form. As soon as the ball hits the ground, Phil Aspinall, the packs form, don't they?
Yeah, look, yep, they're swarming to it like ants to sugar, and a lot of numbers around the footy now, and in a dangerous area for the Tigers and the Crows' defence, Doug.
Massive pack of players. O'Brien trying to bully his way out, couldn't do it. Ball spills out. Signorello's opened well. Jarman kicks out, no, Wilson goes out over the top of the head of that. Jarman, Joseph rather, on the half-back flank for the Bays. The Crows are coming clear, easing the pressure. Handball out now and kicked by McMahon. Handball by McMahon rather. Back again, the running Curtly Hampton. Goes into half-forward line, just outside the 50. Mark's taken, spins around, kicks into the 50, looking for Himmelberg. Himmelberg only one hand up, that's not good enough. The pressure was there, but Himmelberg might have been out of position, just stuck one hand in the air. The Bays relieved now. Go back to the wing. 2-on-1. Ball hits the ground. Spills. Crows player slipped over. Couldn't get it away with Signorello. The ball's been stolen by Josh Costa. He kicks it forward, hits the half-back line as the siren sounds. Glenelg 3-2, 20 at the end of the first quarter. They trail Adelaide 4-2, 26. And Phil Aspinall, it's a wonderful start to the game because both sides are playing like they want to win. They're playing attacking football.
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. I guess it was a tale of two halves in that opening quarter. The Crows certainly had their moments and probably should be further in front on the scoreboard, but a good start by both sides. Just a 6-point advantage in favour of the visiting side. And we might run through the goal kickers now, Doug. We'll have a quick look for both sides respectively. For the Tigers, we have 2 goals to Josh Scott, also 1 to Terry Miller. While for the Adelaide Crows, their State League side, they're all single goal kickers. Harrison Deer, Curtly Hampton. 6-point win over the Tigers reserves.
It's very sad about Dahms as well from Centrals.
Cooper Dahms, yes, I was there at Noarlunga when he did do the knee, unfortunately. The thoughts at first were that it was just a posterior cruciate, but sad news that both he and Jared Schiller are going to be out long term with some knee injuries for the Doggies.
Yeah, the back here at Glider Old Stadium, they're just preparing for the second term. 96 points the margin. Adelaide lead, Glenelg. Umpire comes in, VV and Ruck against the giant O'Brien. Riley goes for it, gets the tap down easily. Players over on the ball. There's a pack now, just skipping the ball along. More rugby scrum than football. Pushing through hard then was Joseph for the Bays. He picked the ball up beautifully, but couldn't go very far. He was absolutely gang tackled and brought down. As the umpire whistles it up, he'll throw it up again. In front, O'Brien with his left hand. There's a free kick this time. It's going to O'Brien, because VV thought it was his. O'Brien's got the habit of putting the right hand on his opponent to keep him away, then push with the left hand. VV must have grabbed that. Into the forward 50, right deep for the Crows goes the kick from O'Brien. At the back is a kick and there's a snap around the corner. It's gone wide though, the umpire made too much ground. And I'm just trying to pick that up. The player from the out wide, it's just picked up was Michael McMahon, came in today. Now they're under a bit of pressure. Back there now is Joseph to take the kick out for the Bays. Margin 5 points, Adelaide in front, 1 minute in. Nice kicks, found his man. Out wide is taken by Bradley. Bradley, the mark taken just outside of the 50. Just outside of the 50. He goes now, kicks long to the wing. On the far wing, goes up, big pack there. O'Brien was in there. The umpire's pulled a free kick out of it. It's gone to Glenelg. Out the back now and running wide, I think. Josh Scott has got the kick. He's at this backward of centre. The big man's winning his position at the moment. He's making some ground. He runs through the centre to make it more a better angle going to goal. And there's a mark and a pack over the back. Beautifully done by Reynolds. Luke Reynolds is showing his skills. Kicked in the man on the mark. That was a mistake. He was trying to get on too quickly. Push in the back. It looks like they're redeemed. Yes, very lucky. Picked up there. Scharenberg, I reckon, or Snook has got it. Out there just outside of 50. Carl Nicholson, in fact, he kicked into the middle. Ball's down, brought down to the ground by Lonergan for the Crows. It's at centre half forward, inside the 50 by 10 metres at the Glenelg end. Ball's thrown up, big pack around the players in front. O'Brien pushed it to the ground, running out now Signorello. Handball's off beautifully and the Crows come clear. Out to the wing, goes up high, good mark. That was a good mark taken from the Crows by McMahon. He's showing his skills. McMahon short, finds Brown, played really well last match against North Adelaide. Brown into the middle, beautifully taken by Keith. Haven't seen much of Alexander Keith. Played AFL footy last year for the Crows. Left foot now, goes down the wing, outside of 50, looking for Ben Davis, but he was spoiled easily. Quick hands to Scharenberg. Johnny Scharenberg hammered across his head. Oh, there's a coat hanger. He's taken down. Joseph was taken down with the ball. That was accidental. It was just in the play, and there was a long arm of Curtly Hampton that brought him down.
Yeah, Aaron Joseph just put his head over the footy, and Curtly Hampton, as you said, went a little high. So Aaron Joseph, the former Carlton player, with a free kick now. Backward of centre wing, broadcast side, Scott flies, couldn't take it. Well done, Cheney. Keith there for Adelaide. Dispossessed when tackled, so incorrect disposal. Jesse White getting himself into the game. He's got the free kick.
A couple of big men here at the Bay was famous for those coat hangers and called Stringer Brothers. You remember them?
I do remember them. A bit before my time, but seen plenty of vision and heard lots of stories about them, Doug, as the Tigers now through shot will go inside 50. A good-looking kick, but chopped off by Wilson. So Pat Wilson for the Adelaide Crows, a former Sturt premiership player. Long raking kick to that outer side. Great mark there from Haddon. Diving backwards there, took it on the chest.
Made it harder than it could have been.
Doug Haddon now. 2 kicks from goal. He'll get onto that favoured left boot. He'll kick it to the hot spot. Himmelberg out the back, takes it in the hands.
Yeah, that's good.
Just judged the flight of the football better than his opponent in Slade. And Elliot Himmelberg, he's kicked 1 goal in the opening term, as marked in the right forward pocket down at the Kernahan or northern end. He'll go back and line up for goal number 2, Doug.
Well, he's 198 centimetres, and that's the sort of mark you'd expect from a player of that height. He's mobile, there's no doubt about it. Plays at half forward usually for the Crows. I saw him against South Adelaide. He was disappointing that day, but he's opened up better this time. He's now going for his second goal.
So Brother Harrison on the GWS list in the AFL. Elliott yet to make his debut, lining up now for goal number 2. He's coming in now with a deliberate approach. Kicks through the ball, but he's pushed it across the face, so through for a minor score. So score check. We see the Adelaide side 4-4-28, leading Glenelg 3-2-20. Those scores thanks to Villiers Family Bakery, celebrating 50 years in business. Of course, Villiers taste the difference. As the Tigers now through Proud will come out towards this broadcast side. Well done, spoiling the ball down for Adelaide through Lonergan. They'll go forward now in some space. Keith, the Tigers trying to push it forward. Keith couldn't get there first. Good work there from Nicholson. Handballs to the advantage there of White, but Keith up to the task. Gets a hand pass out now, but it's intercepted by Glenelg Scott. Inboard Amato, his hand pass smothered by the rampaging Riley O'Brien. Again, it gets a hand pass out, probably the best player on ground at this point in time. Scott for the Tigers, though, will kick to the hot spot and marked there by Jesse O'Brien. Lux of Fortune was in a good spot, and that spot's 20 out directly in front. And this will do wonders for his confidence, Doug Robertson. Jesse O'Brien lining up for his first goal.
You'd expect him to kick this. He's was known as a goal kicker in the AFL, so you'd expect him to kick it, only from 35. But what great pressure from the Bays. It looked like O'Brien had won the day. He barged through like a charging bull, knocked a few people over, got a handball away, but it didn't quite hit the target, so the loose ball was picked up and smashed back in, and Big Jesse did the right thing.
So Jesse O'Brien now, former Collingwood and Sydney player, comes in from 30 out directly in front and kicks his first. The Tigers get their fourth. Glenelg go to 4-2-26. They trail Adelaide 4-4-28. We've gone 6 minutes in this second term. And that goal to O'Brien, of course, the first goal of the term for the Tigers, thanks to Bone Timber, their sponsor, providing quality timber since 1919. A fifth-generation family business and a great sponsor of the Glenelg Football Club and the SANFL Digital Pass, Doug Robertson.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying this on either SANFL Radio or the Digital Pass. It's a good contest because both sides are still playing open football, attacking football. It's reminiscent of years gone by, actually. Ball's bounced now, bad up, it'll be called back. Bounced out of the circle, probably 3-4 metres from its correct vicinity. Thrown up now, BB gets in front of O'Brien. O'Brien beats him again, left hand. Kick out now from the Crows, goes forward from Wilson into the 50-metre arc, can't get away with it. Crows running now, they're coming through the middle but tackled, brought down, the handballs are quick. Looks like Jarman was in there fighting. There's a quick kick out from the Bays, but snared there beautifully. Overhead mark by Matthew Lee. He's 60 from goals, goes in short and direct, but directly to a Bays player. No, very good, that one. Bays are on the ground. They got hold of it, can't get it out. That was Costa. Josh Costa's been busy. There's a kick deep from defence to a 2-on-1 and jumping over the top, smashed it. The Crows defender smashed it out of bounds on the wing, on the far wing here at Glider Old Stadium. Ball about to come back in. Margin 2 points. Adelaide in front. 4-4 to 4-2. About 7 minutes into the game. Ball thrown in. Over the back was Harrison Deer. Puts it to the ground. He follows up quickly. He's quite agile for a big man. Harrison Deer at 198, 104 kilograms. Great curly mop top. Goes back. He's going to do the ruck work against Jesse White for the Bays. Ball comes in. White pushed him early. Used his experience. Got the tap down beautifully. It went to Motlop. Ball's now lost. The handball's no good. Out to Scharenberg. He's under pressure. Quickly fires it, but Jarman gets a handball, picks up scraps and handballs out. Crows are forward into the attacking 50, 30 from goal. O'Brien once, twice, dropped the ball. He's back to pick it up. Handball's over his head. Crows player just absolutely swamped there was McMahon. But what great work by O'Brien then for a man his size.
Yeah, great positioning, wasn't it? Just used his frame to his advantage, and now he's forced the stoppage. Another opportunity for the Crows inside 50, Doug.
20 metres from goal, but it's Motlop that gets the handball away. Handball, and the kick comes out and taken by Reynolds. He's having a good day. Swings onto his left boot, goes to the wing. Out there wide looking for Scott, but just beats him. Rolls out of bounds. The last touch rule in the SANFL means it goes back to the Crows. Kicked in, ball, and is taken by Matthew Lee. He's on the wing. Matthew Lee looking forward. He's a running man. It's big Harrison Deer.
It's been good, Deer. He's certainly been an important player for the Crows today.
Harrison Deer kicks long and hard, deep into attack, 30 metres from goal, inside the attacking 50 for the Crows. Handball out then was Reynolds. He's done well, but it's gone wide. The Crows pick it up, snap for goal. It's a point after a handball that didn't make the mark by Reynolds. The point went to Harrison Slee. Harrison Slee went for the snap for goal.
So the Tigers have taken the kick out now. It's with Josh Costa in the right back pocket. Of course, the son of Kim Costa, a Crows and Western Bulldogs AFL player.
And a good one at that.
And a very good one. The ball hard up against the boundary line, taken over for a throw-in is Hill for the Adelaide Crows. Aaron Joseph there in the tackle. Joseph in the last game for the Tigers against West Adelaide, Friday night footy down there at City Mazda Stadium. Didn't spend the second half on the field, was concussed, so having the state game gives him the week off to recover, and he's been an important player today. There's the ball from the throw-in, taken by Amato, dispossessed in the tackle, does well to dive in back over the top of the footy. And we'll have a ball up. Good to see Nick Amato back at SANFL level. 75 games with the Roosters. Won the male medal for your Radler in the Adelaide Hills comp last year as Jackson Edwards for Adelaide. Will go inside 50. Davis flies. Good work by O'Brien. He's in and amongst it again. Gives it to Wilson. Pat Wilson off the right boot. Kicks a point. It was going to be a very good goal, but just sprayed it to the left. So 4 goals, 6-30 the Crows. Wilson's behind, taking them to that point. Glenelg 4-4-26. We've travelled 10 minutes in this second term as the Tigers now come to centre wing. Terry Malira flies. Cheney claims a mark. Nothing doing, said the umpire. Gives it to Brown, who's gone over the boundary line. So we have a throw in, centre wing, grandstand side, right in front of your commentary position. It's Phil Aspinall and Doug Robertson with you. And it's the Crows 4-6-30, leading Glenelg 4-2-26.
Cheney tried the 1-2, slippery one behind the umpire's back, but it ran out of bounds. He was picked up. Ball's thrown in now, over the back. No ruckman got a hand to it. Motlop out to White. White for the Bays. Kicks quickly over his shoulder. Into the attacking 50. Up goes Scott. Punched away by Cheney. Big play and big smashing goes Ian Miller. Crows flick it out wide. Miller takes the scraps. Turns around, just had a ping for goal. It'll bounce in the middle. It'll bounce straight through. That's goal number 5 for the Bays. 5-2. 31 points to 4 goals, 6-30. And they claim the lead. The Bays are the home ground. Good goal, that Phil Aspinall.
Yeah, great crumbing goal from Ian Malira. That's what he's paid to do, Duggan. He would have hoped that the goal had gone through because he lowered the eyes, he kicked straight at the goal face. He actually had his teammate down there in the goal square by himself in Luke Reynolds. And Reynolds happily watched the ball sail over his head for a major.
Yep, ignored him actually, but
he did, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's okay. You want goal kickers to kick goals. You've got to tolerate that, you know. It frustrates the opposition sometimes, frustrates his own teammates sometimes, but goal kickers are there for a reason.
So the Tigers take the lead now. They're up by 2 points as the ball's bounced down in the middle. White and O'Brien. White won this one, and the clearance goes the way of Glenelg through Amato. He kicks it inside 50. Scott attacks it nice. Good work from Amato. Great tackle on Edwards. And the umpire says no opportunity to dispose of it. And Jackson Edwards, a former Glenelg player himself, made his league debut against the Crows up in Bordertown last year. Good country footy going to the community out there in the SANFL Maccas League. Signorello takes it from the contest, kicks it to centre wing, grandstand side. The ball favours the player in Davis, but a great tackle there from Andrew Bradley. That's his renowned capabilities in this Glenelg side. He led from the front, did the skipper.
Isn't he good? That tackle from Bradley was just textbook. Hard at it.
It was, and for someone who's had multiple shoulder issues, certainly confident in the doctor's work there with the surgery in the off-season. As from the throw-in, Edwards was dispossessed when tackled, so holding the ball, the free kick against Jackson Edwards. It will go the way of Brad Close. So Close now, the boy from down in the southeast, kicks towards VV. The umpire's found a free kick. It's going to go the way of Joshua Scott.
He's causing problems for the Crows, Scott.
He's certainly a mobile athletic forward as he'll kick inside 50 now. Great work there, dropping back for the Crows in Lorna. Will take a defensive mark, left back pocket. 25 from defensive goal. Blake Lorna now will clear defensive 50. Davis jumps 1, 2, couldn't take it. Good work at ground level from Hampton. He was dispossessed by Bradley, who was wrapped up in a Himmelberg tackle. And umpire Giles Lewis comes in and says, my ball, boys, as things get a little bit heated between Himmelberg and Slade, the two respective 34s. As the ball goes up, Deer won the hit out. Scott dives in over the top of the footy. Joseph Brown, the former Bulldogs player there, applies a tackle. We'll have a ball up. So 13 gone in the second term. Glenelg 5-2-32. Adelaide 4-6-30.
Looks like a boy, Joseph Brown, doesn't he?
He does indeed. He played about 50 reserves games for the Bulldogs, just couldn't quite get a league opportunity. And he's done so here in the Adelaide Crows State League side as Deer with the hit out over the top to Signorello. VV dispossesses Deer in the tackle. The ball spills back in the Snook direction. The boy from Foss Camden does well. Gives it to Close, kicks to half forward. Couldn't quite take it on the first grab there was Scott. Well done by Keith of Adelaide. Gives it now to Slee, who go backwards to Lorna, and Lorna will kick towards half forward. Davis in the box seat. Crunched from the side. Good work, Joseph. Ball spills out the back. Great attack on the footy from Benjamin. The Adelaide Crows, son of Darren, of course. Handballs to Slee, who's taken over the boundary line. Just to the left of the Crows interchange bench. So we'll have a throw in. Score check at Glider Roll. Glenelg 5-2-32. Leading Adelaide 4-6-30. We've gone 14 minutes. You're on the digital pass with Doug Robertson.
Ball thrown in now, half forward for the Crows. Outside the 50, goes down straight to Amato, who's claimed by 3 or 4 Crows players, and it'll be a ball up. Beautiful conditions at Glider Roll Stadium. Great supporters of the Bay, have been for years. Glider Roll garage doors. Kick forward now. Ball's hit the ground, it's on the wing. Crows first to it. Quick handball, almost too quick there for Launa. Ball stumbled over the ground.
And I can vouch for Glider Roll Garage Doors, Doug. They're one of my biggest customers. We supply the aluminium for them at my work, and they're a quality fabricator of garage doors, and you see them on. I've got 2 of them at my house.
Wow, did you pay for them?
Yes.
That's a shot. See-through aluminium doors. That's the next big thing, I reckon. Going forward now, the Crows are still outside of the 50. Mark not taken by McMahon, so everyone jumps on him to make him sorry he didn't take the mark. He gets up now, runs back. In fact, it was Slee. Slee, he's got a bit of a look like might like the place for the power, I reckon.
He's got the flowing hair, hasn't he, the locks?
Series of handballs from the Bays, back into the middle. There's Jesse White. No, it wasn't. It was, and he's playing a good game. Was Reynolds, great strong mark in front. He's actually beating Lonergan. Goes forward now, out wide, grabbed by Scharenberg, goes forward now, kicks long, into the attacking 50. Up front is Scott, couldn't take the mark, punched away, coming through now, brilliantly looked like Hill. Hill goes to the half of the centre wing. Big pack there, White couldn't take the mark, Himmelberg's on him, he stole the ball, swung round, one kick, gone forward, but there's only one player back there, and it'll be marked there by Proud. Max Proud does that. He was under hot pressure there from the Crows' attack, but Proud just stood strongly and held his concentration. Handball out now from Scharenberg, who took that mark from high up and under. The Bay's on the wing now, going forward to the centre. Big punch from the Crows from behind. Goes out of bounds, over the ground, and to be thrown in on the wing. The margin now is 2 points at Glenelg Stadium. Glenelg 5-2, Adelaide 4-6.
Good spoil there from Alex Keefe, his first game of footy for the season. Amongst the heavy injury toll at the Adelaide Crows.
Well, anything can happen to the Crows, can't they, Phil? Because anyone can get a game with all these injuries.
Absolutely, as the Tigers from the throw-in will go forward. Jesse White's kick into the left forward pocket sails over the boundary line on the full, so a free kick going the way of Adelaide. And the aforementioned Alex Keefe will get the ball. The young fella in the Glenelg jumper just decided to throw it away from Alex, didn't give it back to him on the full.
It's a them and us sort of a game.
Absolutely. Good to see passion from the young Glenelg boy there. So Keefe in the right back pocket down at the Phyllis or primary school end of glider roll. Long raking kick. Jarman just gets a fist on it of sorts. Falls into the hands of Davis, who's wrapped up in a Tiger tackle by Shot and Chalmers out there. So the ball thrown back up on centre wing outer side. Trying to burst his way through the pack there. Hampton does so effectively. Signorello gets a hand pass to the voice of Brown. Back in board to Deer, just brushes through the close tackle, gets out of Amado trouble as well. Then good tackle from Glenelg. Hampton giving away a free kick. And the Glenelg player in white might have copped an errant hand to the face in the tackle. He's still down on his haunches. Doug will get you to keep an eye on him.
Yes.
As the umpires decided just to stop things for a moment through Andrew Bradley's free kick. And Close has taken the mark now at centre half forward for the Tigers. The kick.
It's Jesse White on his haunches, and they're calling for the trainers to come and see him. There's one trainer with him now.
So the Tigers will go inside 50 through Shot. The kick off the outside of the boot. Brown couldn't take it cleanly. Good work. Costa just got rid of it as he was about to be pounced upon by an Adelaide player, and that's Signorello scrambling at ground level. And Jesse White in a world of pain behind the play.
Here's the doctor's there as well.
We might see a stretcher case, and they're just clutching at maybe his shoulder or his wrist at the moment, but he's laying flat on his back. They've called for the stretcher, so play's going to be held up at the moment.
He's out.
And the last 3 games I've seen from Glenelg, Jesse White at any given stage has had some injury issues.
I'm just about to say the same.
Back spasms, I think, in another game, and he copped a heavy corked thigh in a previous contest as well. So
he copped one of the Eagles a few weeks ago, and he copped one here against whoever beat the Eagles, Central Districts.
Yes, against the Bulldogs. I was here for that game. Yep. So the play's just been halted for the time being. We're about the 19-minute mark of the second term. And we see Glenelg 5-2, Adelaide 4-6. Gives us a chance to thank some of our sponsors and the Glenelg Football Club in particular. We know, of course, Villies, who sponsors some score updates. They're a family bakery celebrating 50 years in business. Taste the difference. And the other sponsor we do need to mention for our quarter-time breaks, goals and marks is the Telstra store at Glenelg. They're just down the road on Jetty Road. I walked past them earlier on my stroll. They're your local destination for all your tech needs. They bring you the best in home entertainment. Telstra store Glenelg, helping small businesses thrive. We see the two sides dug in respective huddles now, just coming together while we have a break in play with Jesse White being stretchered off.
What can this break in play do, Phil? For the momentum was neither side, so what can happen from here?
I suppose, if anything, it will just give a chance for the two sides to just calm things down, come together. Like you said, you mentioned it really well. Neither side had momentum. It's been a to and fro type of quarter, and you suspect Glenelg going inside 50 would be a little bit disappointed that the ball has stopped, because they had a bit of momentum on the attacking foray, but nonetheless the play has stopped the two sides in respective huddles. And if you're watching on the digital pass, you'll see just to the left there of the Glenelg huddle, Jesse White in the hands of the trainers there. So
it's very sad for Jesse, because he was the most productive for Glenelg, and it's a player spotlight on Jesse right now. He had 1 goal, a mark and 8 hit-outs in that quarter. He was starting to really have an impact on the game. He's gone down, and very sad. Well, the player spotlight was supported to us and given to us by Glyderol Garage Doors, providing state-of-the-art garage doors for over 40 years. Jesse White, was very unfortunate.
Yeah, and just as a precaution, Doug, I'm not sure that there's anything too serious to take from it. Obviously a serious injury, but I would suspect as precaution they've put a neck brace on Jesse now. I've got the binoculars up, the doctor there just at Jesse's head, lifting him up now on the stretcher, and no doubt the neck brace would be a precautionary measure.
Yeah, they always bang that on for good reason.
So White's going to be taken now to the Glenelg rooms, which are now over in the snout-slouts pockets down there at the south-western corner. We'll just have this continual halt in play. White, in a few moments, will be off the ground. So Glenelg 5-2, Adelaide 4-6. Round 7 SANFL Maccas League on the digital pass and SANFL radio.
Yeah,
Great opportunity.
Crows are yet to goal in this this quarter, which
Yeah,
is a good a tip of the hat to the Bays.
Yeah, they've managed the 4 behinds, have Adelaide, while the Tigers have kicked the 1 goal themselves. Might be a great opportunity to mention the SANFL digital pass as well. Doug, if you're listening on SANFL radio, and a great opportunity you mentioned earlier, great value that it is, head along to SANFL digital pass off the website and you'll certainly be able to get great value for money and you'll be able to watch all the games live and on demand.
And the good thing about it, Phil, is that it's graduated. So if you've missed 5 games of the season, then you only pay an equivalent amount for the remaining games of the season. So it's a really good value service to the football lovers of the SANFL football.
And we love bringing it to you as White's now off the ground and action will resume.
Ball's gone up, knocked forward. It's deep into attack for the Crows, for the Bays rather. Holding the ball, there's a ping. Someone's been caught holding the ball on a massive pack. Couldn't tell you who it is until they split and walk out. It's Miller. Miller's got the kick. It's Terry Miller. He's got 45 metres to kick this ball. He's on a 45-degree angle. He was grabbed high in that massive pack of about 10, 12 players. So he's coming in now, and this will put, if he's successful, will put Bays 8 points up. Coming in now, 45 metres out, 45-degree angle, kicking to the southern end. Margin now 2 points. Here comes Terry Miller, SANFL's leading goal kicker. Up and under, got the ball nicely off the boot. It's gone straight through the middle. Players were clapping 30 metres out. They knew that was a goal. Terry Miller, very good. That's his second goal. The Bays streaked to 6 goals too, 38 points to 4 goals 6, 30 Adelaide. Good work then by Miller.
Yeah, I was just thinking as well with the stoppage in play because of the Jesse White stretcher case that the game's probably at a really important juncture, and I thought the side that gets the next goal hopefully will just be wanting to take that advantage and ascendancy into the halftime break, Doug. And, you know, I'd already marked the goal down. Terry Miller in front of goal is always pretty dangerous and a great finish from a classy player.
And that's 21 for the year from 6 games or 5.5 games. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. He's leading the race for the Ken Farmer medal as we're back underway.
Good
BV
return.
up against O'Brien will do the ruck work. On this occasion, clearance goes the way of Glenelg through the player in Amato. Good work from Damon Hill from Adelaide. Up against close his Tiger opponent. Snook taking in a good tackle by Pat Wilson, who's wanting holding the ball. And in the centre of Glenelg, the cricket wicket area, umpire Mitch Harris will resume proceedings, throwing the ball up. O'Brien just first hand on it again. The advantage will go the way of the Tigers. Nicholson's handball just behind Motlop. It's been a little quiet today. Chalmers with a hand pass, haven't called him too much. Walker on debut there, gets a hand pass that was partially smothered. The Crows turn it over now through Joe Brown, who'll go inside 50. Spoil came from the Tigers player in Proud rather, and will go over the boundary line, right forward pocket. For those familiar with Glenelg Stadium, the practice cricket wicket area for the Glenelg District Cricket Club, known as the Seahorses. The ball will be thrown in just to the right of that area, down there at the Kernahan end, or the northern end of Glenelg. Sun shining here on a beautiful autumn afternoon in Adelaide. We hope you're enjoying the coverage. As Wilson kicks around the body, the ball's still in play. Nicholson just tried to hack it forward. Well done by the Crows. Wilson now will just pop it up with a high floating ball to the top of the square. Proud flies in from the side. Good crumbing from Haddon by Adelaide. He's wrapped up in a tackle immediately by Joseph. Chalmers there for the Tigers as well, and the ball will be thrown up 25, 30 metres out from the Adelaide goal. Signorello looks to go third man up, beautifully down to Wilson. Snaps around the body to the hot spot, but Proud does well. On the last line of defence, gives a hand pass after taking the mark. The kick from Bradley was a little poor, looking for Walker. A little fumbly at ground level, well done from Slee. And Walker does well to follow up with a tackle. And we'll have a bounce down, 55, 60 metres out from the Adelaide goal. It's the Tigers 6-2-38, the Crows 4-6-30. We've gone 25 minutes in this second term.
Good team set up there with Proud dropping back to the goal as the last man, the last line of defence, and that's a drill that you must have, and they would follow it every week in practice. So they're following a pretty disciplined outlet. You can see what the Bays are trying to build here, and they are building. Actually, they're both improving, Bays and the Crows. Kick goes into the 50 now for the Crows, right on the 50-metre line. Out comes Davis, handballs quickly, and the quick kick goes in from Slee. Drops 20 metres out from goal. Himmelberg couldn't reach it. Himmelberg's there now, but he's cut off quickly by, running in quickly was Davis. Yeah, Ben Davis kicked it over his shoulder from 35 metres out. Was touched on the line. It's gone through for 1 point. Davis just used his pace and his alertness. He anticipated that really well to come in and snatch it off the ground.
He's got something about him, Ben Davis. I reckon we might see a bit of future of him at AFL level in the coming years, Doug.
He's certainly talented, there's no doubt about it. No. Chalmers for the Bays have got it deep in the back pocket from the kick out from goal. He goes around looking for Proud. Beautifully kicked that was. It was between two Crows defenders, and Proud had no trouble taking the mark. He equally up to the task, and Shot takes the mark only a metre behind Himmelberg. Shot now looking forward, doesn't know where to go. Forced on the left foot, been put down after his kick. Could have been, umpire missed that. Ball's gone up and Jarman's got it. Been thrown down. Signorello, in fact. Signorello's thrown to the ground. Signorello and Jarman do look alike. Signorello's a bit tall, and Jarman's doesn't look like his brother or his father or uncle, but he's still got that base, that strong hips, hasn't he, Jarman?
He does. He's a smooth mover. He's been a little bit quiet today. He was very good against his former club last week, but he's got a heavy tag by the first gamer for the Tigers in Sam Walker, Doug.
Well, Jarman's a talented player. He's just got to get more confidence, I think. Vivi took that with a left-handed tap down. But Signorello that got out to Wilson. Wilson, quick snap out of the pack. Goes out to no man's land. Bounces on the 50, but first man there is Proud. Bounces away from Proud. He slips to the ground. Up again. Pushes it further out. Good play. It's backed up beautifully by Joseph. Strong defender, Joseph.
He is indeed, and I think the game's at a really critical juncture at the moment, and we saw that the coach Mark Stone of the Tigers, he often puts Josh Scott behind the ball when he wants to just hold up a score for the opposition, and Josh Scott now playing the kick behind play for the Tigers.
Margin 7 points as the ball thrown in. O'Brien brings it down. Handball's out from the Crows. It's picked up there beautifully by and swung around. It was Brown. Then brought to ground by about 3 Tigers players on the far wing at Glenelg Stadium. Ball goes up, VV in front. Had as much of that as O'Brien did. Goes quick kick out of the pack, was marked by Ian Miller. He stops and looks around, making some hand gestures, which I can't understand. Goes forward. There's a good lead and a good mark taken out wide by the Bays, who swing it in to Nicholson. Nicholson takes it, runs in the 50, played on, bounces the ball into the square, bounces twice, bounces to the left. That's a point. That's 6 goals, 3, 39. The Tigers to 4 goals, 7. The Crows 31, and it's 28 minutes into the second term here at Glenelg Stadium.
We should have a little bit of extra time with the stretcher case for Jesse White of the Tigers, as the kick out for the Adelaide Crows goes to the outer side, just over by the tennis court area, as Brown for Adelaide kicks around his body. Slade there for the Tigers, escorts the ball over the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in. True centre wing on the outer side, as there goes the siren for the opening half. That term going 29 minutes and 12 seconds. And at the main change, the halftime scores see the home side Glenelg 6-3-39, leading Adelaide 4-7-31. An entertaining contest. It was Adelaide by 6 points at the first change, and now the home side, the Tigers, by 8 at the opening half break. And Doug Robertson, you have the goal kickers.
The goal kickers for the Tigers, we have Terry Miller with 2, Scott with 2, White and Ian Miller. For the Crows, Hampton, Deere, Himmelberg, Signorello, all with singles. The Crows failed to kick a goal that quarter, 5 points only to 3-1 from the Tigers. Pretty good standard of quarter though. The competition was close. The Bays, obviously, with the Miller brothers and Scott, they popped up. Well, both Millers kicked a goal in that quarter just to show that they're always around, to remind you they're a pretty talented team. Definitely the Crows have to match up on those boys. They have to take Scott out, they have to take Miller out, and they have to find a goal kicker.
Yeah, look, he caught it.
Elliot Himmelberg, Signorello playing well in the middle, and Harrison Deere, but they've got to get a powerhouse up forward, someone they can kick to. And what surprises me about the fact that they're losing the Crows every second term and then only won one of their third terms, why is that? They're bound to be fit, so why is it?
Yeah, perhaps a mental aptitude thing, but we'll find out with the second half underway. And your first caller, Doug Robertson.
VV in right for the Bays, up against big man O'Brien, who's played really well. O'Brien with the right hand goes down, ball's in dispute, hits the ground. In there, tough O'Brien again. He's picked it out, handball to Wilson. A short 1 foot hand pass, but he got it out. Great mark by Proud. Yeah, great strength from the defender from the Bays in front. Too good then for Harrison. Deere goes out wide. Mark taken over the top by the Glenelg man and Shot. Tom Shot on the wing, goes forward, just over the centre. Picked up nicely and swung around. The Bays are just going back to forward with handballs now. Left foot kick heading to the point of the 50-metre arc. Ian Miller was dispossessed of the ball. Players over the ball, can't pick it up. Hill has got planted his big body over it for the Crows. and it slipped out and VV took hold of it.
Gotta love that mark from Max Proud. Dare I say the coach, Mark Stone, just to our left, he'll be proud of that effort from Max because it was clean in the hands and a good start for him in this second half.
Yeah, showing he's a good footballer, there's no doubt about that. Wilson kicks forward, it bounces over the centre, bounced well for Deere. Deere's handball back to a running, it looked to me to be Crows midfielder, goes out wide, and there's picked up beautifully by Ben Davis. Ben Davis swings on his left foot. He was 45 metres out on a tight angle over his left shoulder. That was a good goal, running through the centre and a good reflex football after stealing the ball back. Well done.
Yeah, great finish from Ben Davis. We spoke about him as we came back into the coverage. A quality player. I think he'll play some AFL footy in the very near future. And it was actually Edwards, the aforementioned Jackson Edwards, who took the ball through the middle of the ground. Good vision. Went in board. Did see that he had Himmelberg running into some space over the top. The kick went that little bit further, and a classy finish from Davis, Doug.
It was Davis's first goal in a pretty tight game. He's been up and about and always looked a bit dangerous, but it gives the Crows more heat. They're only 2 points behind now, and that's from Bone Timber, that first goal. Providing quality timber since 1999, a fifth generation family business, and supporting the SANFL, but mainly the Tigers. Tigers now through Scharenberg, kicks forward into the heart, attacking 50, just outside, knocked away. Reynolds up and down, it's got the ball, kicked forward in rush. It's gone clear, the first one back on it are the Crows defenders. They hum around the ball. First back there, pulled the ball down was Keith, looking for a place in the senior side, I should imagine. First game today for a while. And
speaking of Keith, he's just a bit slow to get to his feet, Doug. I reckon he copped a bit of an errant knee to the head and a little bit groggy out the back of the pack here, so perhaps an opportunity for Glenelg with the extra number as Wilson for the Adelaide Crows tries to bustle his way through a pack of Tigers.
Yeah, Keith still scratching his head, looks a bit lost.
He does, doesn't he? So the ball's thrown up. O'Brien hits it down to the aforementioned Keith. The kick out of the pack is a dangerous one, and the sliding mark from Nicholson just takes it about 40 out directly in front, and a little rattled by that last contest, Alex Keith, and he just jammed it on the boot, Doug, not knowing where it was going, and in the end it fell into the lap of Carl Nicholson.
Yeah, I agree with every word you said, and it was a great diving mark from Nicholson. He was level with the ground, about a metre high, just dove right out. He got hands like Spider-Man, just stuck in the middle, didn't it?
So Carl Nicholson lining up for goal now for the Tigers. Kicks from 40, it's a good-looking kick straight through the middle. The Tigers get their 7th goal of the contest, Nicholson with his first, and the Tigers go to 7-3-45. Adelaide 5-7-37. We've travelled 3 minutes in this third term, and goal for goal to start off this third term, Doug, the premiership quarter as they like to call it.
Well, and it will be a premiership quarter. I don't think the Crows are looking for finals this year, but they're certainly looking to play better football. They need to get their game going. They did come out with a very good reflex slingshot goal from the halfback flank to kick the first goal of the quarter through Ben Davis, but they haven't developed or generated a key forward to go to. They haven't got a go-to forward. Ball's out now. Signorello's got it for the Crows. Handball's back inside. Running hard. Curtly Ambrose. Curtly Hampton is inside the 52 metres inside. Kicks it wide. It's a point to Curtly Hampton, not Curtly Ambrose. He probably would have kicked the goal. The big West Indian fast bowler.
It was running through the cricket pitch area, Doug, so it was aptly called.
Things that get stuck in your mind. It's crazy. Kicked out now. Proud up hands. Beautiful mark. He's won overhead, this boy, hasn't he? Proud. He's done really well.
Yeah, he's been impressive so far today. His sister Maddie, of course, playing netball for the New South Wales Swifts, former Thunderbird.
Oh, that's interesting. Proud goes to the wing. Ball hits the ground. No one in control. Out wide now. The Crows have got it. Snap kick out of the pack. Went to no one. Big pack again formed. Loose balls come out, and that's Wilson. Wilson went inside the 50, 10 metres. Davis was being held from behind. I thought the umpires missed that one. Davis should have got a free kick. Himmelberg's got him, yes, just got him as he was running away, and that was Slade. Ball's come to ground now because of that tackle by Himmelberg. That little bit of pressure made the difference on Slade.
Yeah, perceived pressure as well. A rare mistake from Chris Curran. He just had a touch of the fumbles, let the ball spill out the back. A good opportunity now at this stoppage for the Crows.
VV up alone, brings it down, but going through. Signorello played well, reads the play off hands really well. Big fat pack, about 35 metres from goal. The Crows' goal, that is. They trail at the moment by 7 points. Glenelg 7-3-45. Adelaide 5-8. The ball goes up 5 minutes into the third. Pack smothered, kick smothered in the pack. Ball's gone to ground again. Another pack forming. I think the umpire will claim this. Rugby scrum going on. Nice flicked out by accident more than design. Big pack again. Motlop's in there. VV for the Bays. And shot, but No one was going to get loose, so the umpires called it back. Jarman was right at the bottom of the mat. He's got of that pack. He's got strength, and he's a ball getter. Kicked away now. The loose ball came out to Bradley. He went high and long. Ball's hit the ground. Scott's got it, dropped it, picked it up again, run through, left-handed hand pass to Bradley. He was in traffic. His handball hit the back or the side of his teammate. Ball's gone to ground. Handball out quick now, and Hill for the Crows. Push them forward now. Goes out wide just before the outside the 50-metre arc. It's gone out of bounds. Last touch rule goes back to the base.
Yeah, that'll frustrate coach Ryan O'Keefe because Damon Hill had clear possession, just missed the target and needed to be better. As the Tigers will go forward now. It's with the player there in Reynolds. Gets it back in a 1-2. The kick is a poor one.
Shocker.
He's turned it over and it's straight down the throat of Signorello of Adelaide. Looks to draw his opponent. Gives it now to a teammate in Wilson. The short chipping ball just misjudged what is a teammate there in Davis was doing. Great read there from Scharenberg. Got it from the co-captain in Bradley. Into the middle of Gliderol Stadium. Good shepherd there for Davey to come through. The shepherd came from Jarman. And it's marked there by Lonergan. Good stories. Come over from New South Wales. Played some reserves footy with the Swans in the NEFL.
Got a touch of red hair too, I think.
He does.
Probably a bit fiery.
He's a nicely built defender. He's
Pale skin, red hair.
Gone laterally now and found a teammate out there in Rivers. Now the Adelaide Crows bring it to this broadcast side through Cheney.
Been quiet, Cheney. He might have been doing a matching job.
Yeah, he's been at times. I've seen him on Terry Malira. We'll just look at his stats here. He's only up to 5 disposals now with this kick that goes to centre wing. Davis flies in from the side. Well read by Bradley of Glenelg. Gives it now to a teammate. It ends with Scharenberg. The bounce favours the Tigers. Sits beautifully for Scott from 35. Steadies up and kicks a goal. Lucks of fortune for Glenelg. Josh Scott gets his third. And the bounce just didn't go to the way of the Adelaide defender. I reckon it was Hill. And Scott's third is the Tigers' 8th. And they move to 8-3-51. The Adelaide side, 5-8-38. 7 minutes gone in this third term. Sometimes you've got to take your luck when you get it, and as soon as the ball spilled into Josh Hand, Scott, Doug Robertson, he was always going to finish.
And when you get a bit of luck, you've got to make them pay, don't you? It's spilled free, he was free. He could have been out of the play altogether, but luck had it his way, and then he turned and just slammed it through. Good game so far, 3 goals, and that's what the Crows haven't got, that go-to forward. Even though that was a lucky go-to, he still made it work, still made it happen.
And he finished off, which was the most important thing, because he was 30 out directly in front, no pressure, needed to kick truly, and he did for his third.
VV up against Harrison Deer for the ball up. Harrison Deer up early. VV's held his ground. He's good at ground level, tackles Deer. Ball's hit the ground, coming through now was Curly Hampton. He has to lift. Ball's kicked into the attacking 50. Proud again. They've got good players at both ends of the ground, both Proud and Scott controlling the air.
He's probably been one of the Tigers' best players, Doug.
He has. We don't have Jesse White. He was taken off second quarter on a stretcher just before half time. As the Bays go into the half-forward area, Terry Miller's got it. Tries to get on the left foot. Wasn't allowed to. He's swung round by Davey. Davey's got the job on him. Ball goes forward. Himmelberg takes the 2-grabber, but he was in front. The big man kicks into the man on the mark, but nicely followed up beautifully there by Edwards. Jackson Edwards gave it out to Wilson. Wilson's kicked straight to Ben Davis. That was good football. Nice long delivery. Goes short, trying to get through, but to Big Deer, but he couldn't get there. Ball was intercepted. The Bays take it over. Diving mark attempt and taken beautifully there by Walker, Sam Walker, the debutant from South Mount Gambier. He goes in and VV grabs hold of it. Good lump of a lad, that Walker, by the look of him. Ball's gone into the attacking 50 for the Bays now. At the back was Ian Miller. He's got the ball over the back. He picks it up nicely. Tackled as he kicks. He gives a boot to it. Umpire's right on the target. He says it's a goal. That's another goal. It's 9 goals, 3. 58 points. 9-3, 58 for the home side. Tigers to 5 goals, 8, 38, a 20-point margin. And it's 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes into the third term as Ian kicks his second goal.
Yeah, it was a classy finish from the young man Ian Miller. Just knew where the goals were, has great goal sense, and the ball at ground level. Tried to get out the back. The Crows' defence was desperate, and a goal line scramble. Doug saw the ball go through for Miller as second. Out to a game-high lead now. We feel like the Crows perhaps just getting the game getting away from them a little bit at the moment. This next stoppage, very critical.
It's amazing how they just don't keep at it for the third term. Why don't they restart better?
So we're underway in the middle. Good work from VV, but good work in there from Hampton. His kick was smothered by Amato. Good stuff in there from Signorello, but equally up to the task was the player in shot. And Tom Shot, the former West Adelaide player from Roxby Downs, wins the free kick and rewarded for a good tackle. Just off the backward edge of the centre square, gives it now to Close. He can take the mark, run to 40, steady himself, kick towards goal. He stuck it in. It's a goal to the Tigers, back-to-back goals for them. And young Close gets his first. That's Glenelg's 10th there, 10-3-63. They're kicking away now against the Crows, who are 5-8-38. 11 minutes gone in the third term, and we just feel like the game's now just getting out of reach of the Crows. They must do something to ascend this advantage for the Tigers, Doug.
And it all came from a great tackle by Tom Shot in the centre. He
Yep.
got hold of the Crows as they were trying to run free, brought them down. The ball was then given off quickly. They created that link up, the space. The Tigers ran down the open wing, but they go directly at goal. They're attacking and they're building a pretty good style of play.
They are, and I've been impressed by young Close, and the club have been chasing him for a couple of years. They finally convinced him to come down from the mount this season, and he's paying dividends.
Ball up and down now. There's a scrimmage just for the Bays end, and ball come out now quickly. Handball to Big Deer. Deer goes forward. Haddon couldn't take the mark. Another scramble of players. Ball's free. Handball out. Kick forward by Amato for the Bays into the attacking 50. Hits the ground. Crows first there. Almost a throw out, it seemed to me. But got away from it. The Crows come away. The defenders are hot on it. Trying to pick it up now and running hard is Lonergan. Pretty dependable Lonergan. He's pushed the ball out of the attacking 50. VV takes the loose ball. Handballs towards Miller. He can't quite get it. It's out of his reach. Bounces over the boundary for a throw in. And that was good, tough football from Lonergan. He just didn't quite take it and dispose of it. Last touch rule means it's back to the Crows.
So it's going to go the way of Alex Keith, who comes in board and spots up Jackson Edwards. So Edwards, son of Crows premiership legend Tyson, who had a stint out here at Glenelg coaching the under-18s, Tyson Edwards. And the Crows now will come to this broadcast side through Joseph Brown. The kick didn't quite find the target in Himmelberg. Good work from his opposing 34 in Todd Slade. And Slade of the Tigers applies a good tackle. True centering, right in front of your broadcast position. The ball will be thrown up. Hampton went the hit out unopposed. Handball comes from the teammate there in Brown. The Crows go forward now through Edwards, but his kick was chopped off by Bradley. Gives to his co-captain in Curran. Kicks to half forward Cheney with a nice mark. Intercepts across the front of the pack, and he'll now switch it to that outer side. And Matthew Lee in the blue boots has taken the mark. He's got Cheney, who decides to run on. Lee ignores that and goes towards the arc of 50. Himmelberg got front position, couldn't quite take it. Good spoil from defence there in Slade. Slee now with a 1-2 back from Cheney. Goes now back in the direction of Lee, the former West Adelaide player. Inside 50. Great mark there by VV. Just judged the flight of it better. Knew that he had contact coming from behind. And the man from the Wanderers up in the NT played some NEFL with the Northern Territory Thunder. Has the ball defensive 50 for the Tigers.
He's strong, VV, that's for sure. And he moves around the ground. His short kick goes to Scharenberg. In turn to the centre of the ground. Player backward and forth, that was shot. Almost taken. Bradley helps out, takes the handball, kicks under pressure to nobody. Bounces free into the 50. Looks like Scott's got it. Handball there to Terry Miller. He turns around, looks at easy. 30 metres out. Thank you very much. That's 3 goals. Terry Miller, that was as easy as they come. Even I could have kicked that one, Phil Aspinall.
As Miller got the ball, I almost was tempted to say, Doug, put down your glasses, because Terry was never going to miss from there. And now the leading Ken Farmer medalist has extended his further lead. 22 goals on the season, and yeah, just a great quick goal from the Tigers and a good quick clearance. Again, Andrew Bradley showing his experience and nous involved in the play in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, good team play. They're really on top now. Glenelg 11 goal 3, 69. Lead Adelaide 5-8, 38. They've kicked 1 goal in a quarter and a half. They must get someone up forward to take responsibility.
Absolutely, and those scores, of course, brought to you by Villies Family Bakery, celebrating 50 years in business. Taste the difference as the Tigers will try and get another goal, but Adelaide come forward, and Himmelberg just read the flight again better, and he took a very strong mark. It's been an intriguing matchup with Todd Slade. The 234s going at it all day, but the former volleyball junior, Doug, just those go-go gadget arms, good reach, takes the mark at full stretch and can line up now for his second goal on the afternoon.
Well, he looked like a centre-half forward then. He
presents well, doesn't
like
he?
a Kernahan. Stephen Kernahan played many games here. He jumped up and took the ball with confidence.
So Elliot Himmelberg, concussed in the first half against the North Adelaide side a few weeks ago, comes in from 40 out, directly in front. keeps it low but keeps it straight. A much-needed goal for the Crows. Himmelberg's second. And at the 15-minute mark, the Crows move on to 6-8-44. They trail Glenelg 11-3-69. 14 minutes gone, 15 gone rather, in this third term. And a really important goal for the Crows. Doug just keeps them in check. Glenelg certainly playing the better football, kicking 5 goals to 2 in this third term, but importantly, keeps them in check.
You're right about that, and they've got to do more if they want to pull it out the bag. I think Himmelberg is a key here. He's the one that with a bit of height and talent. Signorello's getting plenty of the ball through the middle, so is Wilson, but they're just not making him pay in attack as the ball goes down. Big Deer fumbling the ball now. Ball hits the ground. Big pack of players. Deer's on, applies the tackle. In the centre still, just forward, heading the Bay's way. It's now 16 minutes into the third term. Margin is 25. Bay's way. The Bays take it again. Up they come from the bottom. There's Amato. Ball's thrown up again. One-handed from Harrison Deer. To the ground. They're really tight in that bunch, Phil, aren't they? They're not giving any space. You have to get a quick flick out handball. Yeah,
absolutely. And one thing I've noticed a few times, and you've mentioned it in the call on a few occasions, the Tigers are team tackling. We've seen 2 and 3 players really put pressure on, so that says that they're on their ball from an intensity perspective all day this afternoon, the Tigers.
Yeah, I like that. They're certainly improving. The ball goes loose. First back there for the Crows is Launer. Gives the ball off. The Crows come to the wing now. Over the top, big jump. He's getting confidence. Tom shot. He said if his opponent can take a mark, I'll show you I can take one too. It's Chris Curran. I apologise. I take everything back. Chris Curran did all that wonderful work. Good judgment. Chris Curran's kick, however, was cut off by Shaney. Shaney going forward now looking for a short kick, a bad one. Fell short of O'Brien. O'Brien gets the first bounce handball. The Crows come with a series of handballs. Gotten out of Lee. Matthew Lee goes into the attacking 50. Open space, looking for someone to run onto it. First one back is the Bays. They pick it up in Walker. Walker zip-zap, got away with it. Kicked out nice and wide is Scharenberg. Took a strong mark over his head.
It was nice composure from the debutant in Walker, because he could have panicked and jammed it on the boot, but he just lowered the eyes and found Scharenberg in defensive 50, Doug.
Yeah, he was very happy to see somebody coming at him when he looked up, I can guarantee you that. Ball's gone out wide now from Scharenberg. Proud's there, but it's on the ground. He can't get to it. Ball's kicked away from him. Amato goes in with a high tackle. Umpire sees it my way. Kick's going to Brown. Brown now into the centre. Looks for him, finds O'Brien. He's played a great game, O'Brien. Very fit and agile, running hard. Out wide, he's kicked the ball to Lee. Matthew Lee can't take it. He picks it up on the bounce. Goes with a left-handed hand pass now. Outside the 50. Snap kick goes forward, and it's a good strong mark taken by Curly Hampton, just beautifully just inside the 50, and that was Slee that used composure there to double back and kick.
Yeah, you spotted it really well, because Harrison Slee's impressed me on a few occasions with that. Exactly that, Doug. Some composure, doesn't blaze away and just lowered the eyes and found a teammate. And Hampton has done exactly the same thing, finding Paddy Wilson, who will have no problems whatsoever with the distance, just a matter of accuracy.
Big, strong athlete Wilson, premiership players, we all know, bit of a star, hoping to make the big time. He thinks he can make the distance, that's for sure. He's put the ball down.
He's a booming kick.
Margin currently 25 points. Glenelg in front. Very important kick for goal. Nearly 19 minutes into the term. 1 metre inside. Big kick. Bang. Straight through. The umpire didn't even move. He didn't even turn his head back. Split the middle. Fantastic goal. That's 7 goals, 8 to 50 points to the Crows. 11-3, 69 to the Tigers. And we're at the 19-minute mark, and that's the first goal. Beautiful kick from Wilson.
Yeah, good reward for effort, because he ran to the dangerous spot, and he's a quality player at this level, Doug, and we know that he's on the AFL list as a rookie, and I think with the amount of injuries that continue to take place at the Crows, he might just get an opening sometime soon and earn a well-deserved AFL spot should he get it.
It wouldn't surprise me. He certainly hunts the ball, and he's strong enough, and gee, certainly proved then he can kick the ball nicely.
So we're back in the middle. VV and O'Brien will do battle. Neither ruckman won a clear hit out, close with a hand pass. Gives it now to his Tigers teammate in Snook. The ball will go to left half forward. Well done by Amato. Beautiful kick inside 50. There's Scott. Beautiful passage of play. A training drill comes to mind from the Tigers. They were clean out of the clearance, clean from half forward. And the well-weighted left foot kick of Nick Amato found Josh Scott, who Doug can line up for goal number 4.
Why is Amato free from at the moment? Why was he free to be able to execute that kick?
Yeah, not sure where the Crows defender was, perhaps caught out coming in off the edge of the square. But left forward pocket down there at the Kernahan end. Josh Scott, the man from Lakes entrance. Socks down, number 15. Kick off the boot is a good one. He leans back. He's tried to sneak it in, but he misses to the left. So a minor score, Glenelg 11-4-70. They lead Adelaide, who are 7-8-50. We've gone 21 minutes in this third term. And you're on the SANFL Digital Pass and SANFL Radio with Doug Robertson.
And the player stat spot then was Wilson from the Crows. He has had a good quarter, and he's certainly up and about just before that, thanks to Glenelg providing state-of-the-art garage doors for over 40 years. Play back and taken again by Scott. This is getting a bit monotonous.
Take two for Josh Scott. He's probably another 10 metres around on the angle, not up against the boundary line, but he's such a quality player, Doug. I'd suspect he should go back and slot his fourth.
He'd prefer it from this distance, do you think?
He is a long kick, and I reckon he will prefer it because he likes to follow through with his kick. So accuracy just the issue for mine. Distance shouldn't be a problem.
It's well inside the 50, so a league footballer should kick 50 metres, and that'll be enough. There he goes, pulled it to the left, unfortunately. Goes wide, it's 1 point. The Bays then go on to 11 goals, 71, 21 points ahead of Adelaide, 7-8-50. And we are 21 minutes into the third term at Glenelg Stadium. Phil Aspinall with the call.
So the kick out now will be taken by Kyle Cheney. He'll go short to himself. Play on advantage now, clear defensive 50. Looking for the big man O'Brien. Discipline, spoil from Glenelg's Max Proud. The hand pass looking for shot. On hands and knees, Wilson extricates himself, gives it to Slee. Step through some traffic impressively, but in the end was dispossessed, so holding the ball the decision. Josh Scott wanting the play on advantage because he did take the mark, but the free is going to come back to Carl Nicholson.
They look up and at it, don't they, the Bays? There's more people getting involved.
Absolutely, and Carl Nicholson seems to fancy his chances here. The man on the mark, Pat Wilson, is on the 50, so Nicholson from 55 metres out. It's a low kick. He's pulled it to the left, trying to get some extra distance. So the Tigers now peppering at the goals, but with behinds, 11-6-72 Glenelg, Adelaide 7-8-50. We have gone 23 minutes in this third term, and we've now seen another free kick going the way of the Tigers for last possession out of bounds. That's going to go the way of that man in mention, Carl Nicholson, Doug.
Curly Hampton trying to convince the umpire that he touched it, but no one believed him. Ball's gone back, the short kick was knocked down. It's in dispute now, big pack of players over it, well inside the attacking 50 for the Bays at the 19-minute mark, 22-minute mark, almost 23-minute mark here at Glenelg Stadium. Margin now was 22 points in favour of the Bays. Ball up and down to the one spot. The Bays get involved. I just don't think they should get carried away and start kicking from too far out. That will, it sort of, it seduces you when you're going well as a team. You think you can kick them from everywhere, but you must remember the fundamentals. Get it inside the 50 and have a shot then. As the Crows come out, rush kick from the pack, puts down Harrison Deere, tripped over, Proud first back, got the handball off, and nice kick out wide by Chris Curran to his defender in Joseph. Joseph goes wide, looking for Scharenberg. He'll take that, running backwards. Good mark overhead. Good talented footballer, Scharenberg.
Yeah, runner-up in their best and fairest last year, Doug. He could have probably dropped his bundle considering he didn't get drafted. Very highly touted, but did what he needed to do and came back and had a great year at SANFL level last year, continuing on that way this season. He's
only 23 now, so he's got hope. It's just tough, when you don't know what people are thinking, and you just don't know if you let all your chances go past. You just don't know. It's frustrating.
Yeah, the knock on him from the recruiters was probably that his leg speed wasn't there, but we've seen plenty of players at SANFL and AFL level that aren't the quickest going around. They still win the footy, and Scharenberg does that.
Well, don't want to harp on the Crows AFL team, but there's 10 key first point players taken out, and the next 10 step up. So given an opportunity, you'll be surprised what can happen.
Absolutely.
Ball up and down, kick out of the thing by Signorello out of the pack. Way up high, under its current. Showed courage. He's strong, that boy. Took a chest mark with the pack running at him. From just forward to centre, he goes into the attacking 50. Up in front, the ball hits the ground. Big punch from Bahak. Amato was first there, played for a free kick. Ian Miller's got it, turns one way, looked inside, and guess who he found? Mr. Scott. He's grabbed it again. This time only 30 metres from goal, slight angle. Now I will tell you, he'll kick this one. He must kick this one. Judging by what he's done all today, well within his distance, nice, good, easy mark. He should kick this.
He better, Doug. I've already marked it down as a goal.
Good lad. Faith is a good thing. Scott coming in now for his 4th goal, making him a very important player. Not even 35 metres out. Comes in now, head over the ball, splits the centre. The umpire's happy. 4 goals. And the Bays streak away. They're now 12 goals 6, 78 to 7-5, 50. So that's a 28-point margin. And we are 25 minutes into the 3rd term here at Glenelg Stadium.
Yeah, game high lead as well. And the key for Josh Scott, for the kids watching on the digital pass or listening on SANFL radio, he was only 20 out. The tendency would be just to poke at it. He kicked the ball into the trees over the fence behind the goals. So a key message there was to kick through it. He did so accordingly. And now a good reward for an afternoon at the office here for Josh Scott with 4 goals too, Doug.
Not only a lesson for young kids, there's a lot of league footballers should remember that.
Absolutely. As we're back in the middle.
Every week.
Umpire Giles Lewis bangs it into the cricket wicket area. Good battle between VV of the Tigers and O'Brien of the Crows in ruck. The clearance will go the way of the Adelaide side through Wilson. He'll kick to half forward. Well taken by Deer. The hand pass looking for Hampton. He just left the ball behind him. He's pounced upon by his Tigers opponent in Proud. And we'll have a ball up just at the top of the arc of 50. VV just noticed he had a little bit of a hobble from that last contest. He's got a grimace on the face at the moment. He's back at the contest now to compete in this ruck battle that was won by O'Brien. Through the legs there of Marlon Motlop. Amato does well for the Tigers. His kick, though, has gone out of bounds, untouched. So last possession free in the SANFL means Kyle Cheney, the former Hawke and Melbourne player, takes the free. He'll go inside 50 now. Deer comes from the back. O'Brien in front position. But the umpire spoiled the party and he's found a free for in the back.
Oh, that is disappointing. One of the good mark.
Best defenders in the comp in Chris Curran. Takes the free, goes inboard now and finds his teammate there in Bradley. Great to see Andrew Bradley back playing league football. The Glenelg side from half back from Snook, gave it there to Joseph, kicks it over to the advantage of Reynolds, just needs to sit for the former Magpies. Hand pass looks for Scharenberg. Here's the voice inboard there of a teammate in shot. Good work from Cheney though. Damon Hill defensively tries to get a kick out, gets it again because his kick was smothered by Scharenberg. And then Hill's taken over the boundary line as the siren sounds to end an entertaining 3rd term. We see those 3-quarter time scores are Glenelg 12-6-78, Adelaide 7-8-50. The Tigers kicked 6 goals 3 in that 3rd term, while Adelaide kicked the 1-goal-1. And it is the Tigers who led by 8 points at halftime. They now have a 28-point lead. Doug Robertson.
Yeah, decisive term that was. And I was sort of hoping that it would be more even, but it was the Tigers who showed more intent. They just went for the ball hard. And I like the way they attacked the goal. It's no good just chipping, which has been their downfall so far this season even. But today they just went, as soon as they got a bit of space out wide, they went straight in, and why not? Scott was pulling them in, taking a lot of good marks. He's a powerhouse up there. And Terry Miller are picking up off.
7-8-50, trailing Glenelg 12-6-78. That's Phil Aspinall and Doug Robertson bringing you all the action on the digital pass.
And that's SANFL Radio in the digital pass, and I hope you're enjoying it. If you're on the SANFL Radio and you wish you'd seen this match, because it's been worth watching,
absolutely,
get in contact with your SANFL club. And if you're a member, you'll only have to part with $5.99 for a 30-day pass, or $29.99 for the rest of the season. But that will be reduced, the number of games left. So it's less than $29.99. Ball up and down, the base come out of the centre. Up and under, big high one, big man-on-man at the back. He's done it well. How did he pull that out of the air? Damon Hill, one hand, held his position strongly, took a nice mark. On the left foot now to the wing. Chopped off quickly and brilliantly by Close. Handball out quick now by the Crows. Hurry kick by Lee, followed up nicely. Just forward of centre, ball hits the ground. More. Tigers are well done, Ben Davis. Took the ball away, but the scraps went to Joseph from the Bays. Joseph kicks back. Close was the only one who had his eyes on the ball. He handballs backwards to the running shot, and shot goes forward, and his left foot looking for Miller. Up and down, just spoiled away from him nicely by Davey. Corey Davies done a good job, I think, on Miller today as the ball goes in the forward. Himmelberg is under it, bounces past him, bounces away from him, and he's beaten to the boundary, I think. The ball's beaten them all, dribbles out in the attacking 50 for the Crows.
It was a beautiful kick inside 50 from Pat Wilson. It was the old-fashioned torpedo. He just launched the footy off the boot. And in the end, Himmelberg did well to force contact on the ball to create the throw-in. So underneath the light tower, over there in the right forward pocket, just at the arc of 50, VV in front position. Won the hit out looking for Costa. Been a little quiet today. He's wrapped up in an Edwards tackle, but Costa does well in the end to break out from said tackle. But he's given up the footy now, holding the ball. So Hampton, recipient of the free. The Crows will need to get a goal from this forward foray. Into the right forward pocket. Davis couldn't take it. Well done by Himmelberg. Got boot to ball of sorts. Gives it to Wilson. Gets a shepherd from Signorello. Lucks a fortune. The kick off the boot of Wilson. Just travelled the required distance. And Harry Deers marked about 20 out directly in front. We saw the Tigers had some luck with Josh Scott, Doug Robertson. Now the Crows get it with Harry Deer.
Yeah, they just hit him on the chest. Only went 15 metres. In the background, Ben Davis has got hurt in that big pack. But the big thing for the Crows then was the discipline.
So Harry Deer, 20 out directly in front. Lining up for goal number 2. Leans back on it. Makes the goal umpire work a little, but he's got it nonetheless. So a goal to the Crows. Deer gets his second, and that's Adelaide's 8th. They're 8-8-56, but they trail Glenelg 12-6-78. We've gone 2 minutes in this final quarter here on the SANFL Digital Pass, and it is the Tigers who lead by 22 points. And your comments now with Doug Robertson.
That was a good strong mark and good play, and it looks like the Crows have finally woken up to go long to the strengths there. They've got some tall boys down there. They're playing Ben Davis out of full forward. He's been well picked up. They've got big Deer standing at centre half forward. Himmelberg in front of him. O'Brien with the ball, left-handed tap, got it nicely. Goes down, first grab by the Bays. The Bays hustle the ball out the centre to the open space. Good attack. Body work was really good then by the Crows. The defenders go out there, tackle equally good. They've taken him down there. It was Costa, Josh Costa, showing a bit of the old family traits there. Kim Costa was a good tackler of the ball. That was good, Josh. He followed up the play, didn't follow the ball, went for the man. Well done. Goes short now, looking for Miller. It marks it. 2 touches, but he picked it up nicely. He's inside the 50, probably within range. You say he's a very good goal, and that's Marlon Motlop that's taken the mark at a deep down near the grass. He picked it up with a double toucher. Marlon Motlop will kick from 48 probably.
He's been a little quiet today, Doug. Just the 10 disposals, but he can kick what would be a very important goal for the home side.
Take the sting out the Crows' sail, that's for sure. In comes Motlop from 47, 46. Kicks long, kicks wide, kicks beautifully. Crowd love it. It goes sailing through. That's 13 goals 6 to the Bays to 84 points to 8 goals 8, 56. They're in control here, and it's 4 minutes into the last term here at Glenelg Stadium, and it looks like the Bays want to win this match very much.
Yeah, absolutely, and a good finish from Marlon Motlop, who we touched on, was a little quiet. Saw Marlon pre-game just going through the warm-up in between the state under-18s victorious game against Glenelg's reserves, and he had a big smile on his face. I remember reading an article in the Footy Budget that he said he wasn't enjoying his footy at North Adelaide. He won a best and fairest there, but he just decided to see that the grass is a little bit greener down here at Brighton Road for him. He's kicked what should be a winning goal for his side. Still plenty of time to go in this final term. We're only 4 minutes in. From the centre clearance, the Tigers will go forward again through close. Nicholson just went to ground but had the awareness to go forward again. He goes inside 50 with a pass. Good work defensively from the Crows. Davey gives it off there to Edwards off that raking left boot. His kick's a poor one.
Again.
And Proud again taking a clever mark. Judge the flight of it better. Just want to check the stats on Max Proud. 10 disposals but 8 impressive marks for him this afternoon.
It's not a huge man. He's only 6'3" in the old.
But he's a quality player. He's very versatile. I've seen him play forward and in the ruck as the Tigers will go inside 50. Good work there from Keefe. The spoil on Josh Scott for the Tigers, but it comes back in the Motlop direction. Gives it to the aforementioned Scott. He can kick the sealer. He can kick a 5th. A handful in the SANFL for Josh Scott. He gets his 5th. Glenelg, their 14th. That's 14-6-90. And Adelaide, they're 8-8-56. Josh Scott with 5 on the afternoon. We have travelled 5 minutes in this final term. A quality finish from Josh Scott, Doug Robertson. As
they increase their lead, 2 goals to 1 so far in 5 minutes. And this will be very interesting to see just where the Bays are, whether they really want to put the foot on the jugular, like they did in the old days in the 80s, and kick a team off the ground. They can do that. I think they're well on top right now.
And what's important for them to do that, Doug, is their percentage. Percentage may come into the par come finals time. They're pretty low at 45.8% leading into this game. Important that they try and peg some back on percentage.
Nicely played by Edwards, but the ball's taken loose and VV grabs it, goes forward into the attacking 50, but wide. 2 players run past the ball. They go back now. Handballs are going everywhere. Amato picks up the scraps and hooks back on his left foot. In front, Terry Miller. He must have some pace because that short distance there, he took a metre off his opponent.
Yeah, his reactive pace is really quick. He's quick off the mark, and I reckon he's going to line up side on, Doug, and kick around the body.
He's having a go on his right foot. Deep in the pocket. He's kicked it right through. The umpire's happy. That's another goal. That's really brilliant work. That's 4 goals to Terry Miller. The Bays go now to 15 goals, 6, 96. Well in control. Adelaide 8-8, 56. Adelaide, you must say, disappointing in the second half.
Absolutely, they've certainly dropped their bundle, the Crows, and you would have thought fitness shouldn't be an issue being an AFL-listed player, but their want and desire just isn't as much as Glenelg, and Glenelg certainly have had the ascendancy from the half-time break. The Tigers are doing it one man down since half-time with their star recruit, Jesse White, stretch it off with what looks to be some kind of neck or head injury. Hopefully everything will be fine for Jesse. Everything's fine for the Tigers at the moment. As between Malira and Scott, they've got 9 goals between them. That's, of course, Terry Varieties. We're back underway. Attempted soccer out of the ground there from O'Brien, but VV hustle and bustle on his back. He was laying. Does do well to get the ball out.
He's a goer, there's no doubt about it, VV.
Love his endeavour.
Yeah, strong build, and he's fit. He runs all day. He's rucked all day.
On cue, he gets a hit out on this occasion, then follows up beautifully with a tackle on Wilson. It's going nowhere. Pat Wilson and VV rewarded.
Yep,
holding the ball. So the man from Wanderers in the NT with the right boot rather, kicks to left half forward. Bradley did well to apply a shepherd for close to come through. Then through the avenue of Reynolds, they'll kick to half forward Glenelg, and it's marked out there by Marlon Motlop. Played the 5 AFL games back in the early 2000s for the Power. It's his 3rd SANFL club. He'll go inside 50, the scoreboard pocket. Just pulled the ball off the right boot. Poor kick, as you said, Doug. Underneath the scoreboard, it'll be a free kick for the Crows. It will go to Lonergan, and it is Glenelg 15-6, 96. Adelaide 8-8, 56 as Lonergan's kick short, misses the target. Cheney with a hand pass that just missed his target. Well done, Miller. Tries to slap it to the advantage of a teammate. Amato taken high. Clumsy there from Damon Hill. Amato wanted the ball, put his head over it, and in the fluoro orange boots, Doug Robertson, Nick Amato lining up for his first goal of the day.
And he deserves it too. He's played a very good game, very industrious, and he's hard at the ball, and I like the way he plays the game. He's a ball getter, and the Crows are gone. They're shot.
Yeah, absolutely. So Amato now lining up for what will be his first, the 16th for Adelaide. Can they break the century? 16th for the Tigers, rather, as Amato off that left boot. Celebrates as soon as he kicks it. A goal to Nick Amato. Glenelg go to 16-6, 96, 16-6, 101 rather. Adelaide 8-8, 56. 8 minutes gone, or 11 minutes gone rather, in this final term. And that's all she wrote for the Crows. The Tigers should go on and record a very comfortable win, Doug, and a good finish, well rewarded for Nick Amato.
Yeah, and 40 points in front now, and that's good because at half-time was something like 2 points, wasn't it? No, 6, 7, 8 points. But my point still stands, is that they've increased their lead quite effortlessly in this last quarter, last half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 goals. 9 goals to just 3.
Yeah, it's been a dominant performance from the Tigers in the second half.
Coming out of the centre now was Jackson Edwards. His quick kick goes forward. Haddon taken to ground. He picked it up under pressure. It was good work by Haddon. The bloke was right on him though. Couldn't get any room. I think that was Joseph that brought him down. He's stuck to him all day. Ball's flicked out by Close as umpires getting involved. There's a free kick going to the Crows. Signorello, one of their best. He's cleared a lot from centre today, Signorello. Right foot now, deep into attack. Big pack there, looking for the big men. Brought down to the ground. First at it was Joseph. He's claimed. No one's getting anywhere. It was a good strong tackle. Ball's up and down now. One-handed there by O'Brien. No space though. Handball's there by the Bays. In close. Goes out nice quick kick to the centre area. Running back, and Cheney's taken the mark. Oh, it's not Cheney.
Lorna.
Lorna. Ball goes in high. Ball's to the ground. No one could take the mark. It was Big O'Brien had his hands to it, but he couldn't take the mark. It's only 20 metres out from goal. There'll be a throw up right into the attacking area for the Crows. 11 minutes into the final term. They trail by 40 points. Margin is 40. The Bays are on top. Ball up again. 11 minutes in, 40 points the margin. Ball up and down, snap out of the back is smothered. Well done there by Joseph. Creative, put his hands over the ball. Trying to push his way out of the Crows players. They're going nowhere. That's Wilson. Ball's gone to ground. Umpire will take it over. Nothing's going to happen in a pack when there's 17 players around it, I shouldn't think, Phil.
No, absolutely not. And the players there for the Crows try to create some space in the hit out from O'Brien. Well down, though, to Snook. He gives a hand pass to Scharenberg, who just classically clears away from the pack.
Oh, wow, here's a run. Here's a race.
Kick in front of Motlop. It sits for him. He's got Lorna tracking him down, but Marlon Motlop will just feign around his opponent, get onto that right boot, touch the ball on the ground. Then he'll kick into the space that Shot can run onto. Steps around his would-be tackler. Tom Shot jams it on the boot, kicks towards goal. And sliding in, trying to take the mark desperately there, Ian Malira rather. He did really well in the end, Doug, to get fingertips on it because it would have been a free for last possession, but now it's going to be a boundary throw-in.
Good desperate defence by the Crows, but what Motlop's poise was great because he had no one in front of him. He was waiting for someone to get to it when he first got that ball. He had to hang on to it.
Left forward pocket down there at the primary school, or Phyllis, and the ball thrown into play. Neither ruckman with a clear hit out. Deer tries to just bustle his way through the contest, sliding in Shot. He's got to be careful here. He dove on the ball. Veteran umpire Theron Philp said, I will give you the benefit of the doubt, Thomas Shot. As aforementioned umpire Theron Philp throws the footy aloft. Well done by Deer. Good body work. Down to Wilson. Sliding attempt at mark from McMahon wasn't taken. Bradley from 50 chips it to the top of the square.
Wang.
Reynolds comes bustling through. Well done by Davis. Put his body in a dangerous position. And it's going to be a free for holding the ball. Top of the square. And unlucky there for, I think it's Harry Deer at the bottom of the pack.
Yes.
It just bounced in underneath him. And in the end, no attempt to get rid of it means the big man, the cult hero, Neil Vivi, can line up for goal. Doug, 20 out directly in front.
Boy, Ben Davis copped a big one then. He copped one down the other end of the last quarter. He's copped another one.
He
right
sat
in
under
the
it,
back.
didn't he?
Yeah. Pack came down on him, smash. I think Vivi's starting to feel at home in the SANFL. Maybe he's just getting the pace of it. He's just getting the feel of it.
Yeah.
Different styles of football. Takes a while.
Yeah, in his 5th game of SANFL footy. If he kicks this goal, check out the celebration. It's his first goal at SANFL level. Neil Vivi has missed. We gave him a rap and then he was casual in the kick and he's pushed it through for a minor score. So 16-7, 103 the Tigers. Adelaide 8-8, 56. We have travelled in this final term 14 minutes and you're on the SANFL Digital Pass and SANFL Radio with Doug Robertson.
Maybe that's the problem with Vivi. Maybe he's too relaxed and this league's a bit more serious. I don't know. Crows go forward now. Look for Brown. He's got a nice easy mark on the forward. Just forward to the centre. Goes into the centre half forward area. Proud's back there under the ball. The only one to jump for it. He claimed that spot. He said, I'm having this to himself. And he's strong, this boy. He's courageous.
It's been impressive, as has Joey Brown. He's had his moments for the Crows and quite a talented cricketer as well,
Bang.
Doug. Right on cue, he's just given away a free and 25 for a pretty overzealous spoil on Nick Amato.
Well, it was, but you remember when we were playing, they said make him earn it.
Absolutely.
I'm not against that. Make him earn it. Just a little bruise, doesn't hurt. Now the Glenelg players are trying to rough him up, but there's no sense in that. It wasn't that malicious. Going forward now into the centre. Sun got in the eyes there of Snook. Ball went to the ground. He just couldn't see it. The Sun, imagine saying that. The Sun got in his eyes after yesterday. Ball's thrown up.
Torrential rain last night, wasn't it?
Yeah. Harrison Deer brought it down. Curly Hampton grabbed it, but he was grabbed just as quickly. Ball goes up again. Deer, Vivi, 1-2, no one. This will be a ball up again. No, he pulls it out, Hampton. Strength. Kicks long, but it's a 2-on-1. Himmelberg from behind. One hand, goes over the back. Running is Haddon. Haddon just overran the ball. Outnumbered by the Bays. Haddon back on it as a free kick. Himmelberg, I think, has given away a free kick. Deep in defence. And that will be an easy kick out by Slade. It's given Himmelberg a tough day. Himmelberg was good to react then and get back onto the ball. I just wish he'd catch a few more in the air. Ball goes out wide. That's the last touch, or it'll come back in. Phil Aspinall, your caller.
He'll have an opportunity, Will Himmelberg, because it's going to come in his direction from Signorello. He's going to bang it into the hot spot. Down there looking for Himmelberg. He's outnumbered. He could have been taken high. Spills out the back to Haddon. He can kick the easiest of goals. So a consolation prize for the Crows. Haddon with his first. And that's Adelaide's 9th. They're 9-9-62. They trail the Tigers 16-7, 103. 41-point deficit rather at the 16-minute mark of the final term. And Haddon, reward for effort. He's been okay today. Kicked 4 in a game against Nord a few weeks ago. Certainly hasn't been the Crows' worst, but it's too little too late for the Adelaide Crows, Doug.
Definitely, but at least haven't chucked the towel in. Himmelberg was unlucky then. He had at least 2 arms over the
over the shoulder. Yep.
He should have been paid a free kick. The umpire can't see the ball. He's probably blindsided, but we just had a good angle from this side. As the ball's thrown up again. 16 minutes into the final term here at Glenelg Stadium. Good contest still at the ball between the Crows and the Bays. Ball goes out wide, running hard was Hill. Took the mark, handballs off, trying to create some run. Crows going back, there's going back to Hill. Hill's looking now with his left foot out wide. They've been slowed down, the Crows. Their team plays a lot better by Glenelg. They're blocking it up. There's not much run there. There's no one-on-ones, but they're all blocking up the areas. Goes up and under. Big pack under it. Proud's there at the back of the pack. It wasn't Proud, it went over his head. Nice mark taken out wide. The kick goes quickly in the centre. And here's Joseph. He's got some time to look around. Held onto it a fraction long. Up and Reynolds takes a good mark. Absolutely blitzed overhead. Reynolds has been great today.
He's got nice clean hands. He actually won the Magpies goal kicking with 42 2 seasons ago. Couldn't get a game at league level last year, Doug. Hence the switch out to the Tigers.
Must be frustrating, when they change over to that AFL system with the reserves. It must be frustrating for so many as Scott goes forward into the attacking 50 from behind. Nobody missed the ball altogether. Goes out wide. Terry Miller, a taste, thanks, with quick reaction straight under the boot from 15 on an angle. Bang, Terry Miller brings up 5. Second Bays player to have 5. The Bays streaking away with this game. They're well in control. 103 points in front, 41 points up. They're just streaking away in the last quarter. It's 18 minutes in. The Bays are gone 17-7, 109. 9 goals, 8 to the Crows, 62.
Yeah, and I guess, Doug, pre-game, if you asked yourself who are the 2 most important Tigers players in the forward line, you'd say Josh Scott and Ian Malira, and Terry Malira rather, and they've come to the par with 10 goals between them.
Well, we in fact said that.
We did, exactly.
We picked them out, and we were saying the Crows haven't got that, and they must find one. And if they did find one, they might have been in this game because it's been pretty even in field play.
They have, but in the second half, the Tigers have ran over the top of them, and now Scott's going to move into the ruck, and he's got a questionable handball out in the end, went to Reynolds. Off now to a teammate in Nicholson. The Tigers go forward. But good reading of the play there from Keefe. His kick in board's a poor one. He's turned it over. Alex Keefe. Marked there by Terry Malira. He'll give it now to another teammate in shot. Going inside 50 and marking it in the chest is Ian Malira. Underneath the old time clock here that shows we're just about to tick into time on. Ian Malira, who's kicked the 2 goals today. 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Can go back in the left forward pocket. Underneath the times. Underneath the scoreboard that shows Glenelg 17-7, 109, Adelaide 9-8, 62. Ian Malira, young man from Canibba, over on the Eyre Peninsula near Sejuna. Steps inside 50, a bit of a shuffled run up. Tight angle, good looking kick, but he misses to the left. So a minor score for the Tigers. 17-8, 1-10 Glenelg, Adelaide 8-8, 62. It is the home side to the tune of 46 points. And you're on the digital pass and SANFL radio with Doug Robertson.
The Crows blast the ball out of defence into the middle. Wilson was beaten from behind. Ball's down, great tackle there. I think that was Scharenberg. Brings the Crows down. They turn the party lights on, Phil Aspinall, here at the Bay in front of the club rooms. It looks very nice down there.
Yeah, it's a great little setup. You can sit there and have a bite to eat and a drink and enjoy the game with the barrels there, the wine barrels, and the Tigers have put on a show for their faithful today.
Scharenberg now to the hot spot. He's gone long and deep as well done. It's good taken by Keith on his left foot, goes forward, and it's picked off by Benning. Benning now slipped as he went past. Straight in, he did find his man, Signorello. He's looking wide straight away. The player spotlight at the moment is going to the Bays' Neil Vivi. 3 tackles, 6 hit-outs and 3 kicks. That's really quite impressive.
It is indeed, and the player spotlight brought to you by sponsor Glenelg, providing state-of-the-art garage doors for over 40 years, and of course they're the naming rights sponsors of this very venue here at Glenelg Stadium.
They have been for many years, haven't they, Glenelg?
Yep, they've been a great support of SANFL and of the Tigers. They're a great local community, and we hope that we can give them the plugs that they deserve. And if you are in the need for a new roller door, head on up and check out Glenelg up at Holden Hill there in the northeastern suburbs of Adelaide, Doug.
Yeah, good advice on the SANFL radio and digital pass from Phil Aspinall, #1 veteran caller of the SANFL. Ball's up and down in the same spot, right on the 50-metre arc for the Crows. They're battling away, doing nothing much. Ball's up and down again. I think the Bays will be pretty happy just to clog it up, but I'd like to see them put the foot down and run it out and get a few goals and just show that they are on the rise. They played really well in round 6 2 weeks ago against Westies to come back, and they played hard for 2 middle quarters and did ease off a bit in the last.
Yeah, I went and saw that game and I thought Westies certainly had their moments, but the Tigers withstood the challenge, and now they're going to record back-to-back wins, which is important, especially on the split round with the bye from the state game.
Reynolds now goes out wide. Mark taken easily by Walker. Walker goes forward, and there's Proud. Played well. Ball from behind. Free kick.
Another great pair of hands from Max Proud. And you mentioned Walker. He's going to get the Gatorade shower. The debutant will be in the middle of the circle when the Tigers sing the song, and he'll be showered with Gatorade.
How nice. Signorello runs forward, finds Himmelberg with a nice kick. Signorello's played well.
He has.
He's been up against it. He's been well fed by the ruck as Himmelberg gives to Wilson. Wilson from outside 50, probably outside 60, makes the full distance. And did he hit the post there? It's shaking. I thought that either him or the player hit the post. And that was a massive kick by Wilson.
He's a booming kick, Pat Wilson.
60 metres he kicked that. It was still travelling, so it would have been 65-metre kick.
So 9-9-62 the Crows. Glenelg 17-8-1-10. Snook gives an option there for his teammate to go out with the kick out.
Stings out of this game now, Phil Aspinall.
Absolutely. Aaron Joseph taking the kick there. You can just feel the tempo now. The Tigers just taking the sting out, as Doug alluded to. And Snook now is going to be called to play on from the umpire. He'll come towards this broadcast side. The slight breeze taking the ball towards the line. Reynolds couldn't mark it. Fisted over the boundary line by James Lonergan.
47-point lead now to Glenelg. Pretty good effort.
Yeah, it was a game high 48 earlier, but 47 certainly probably about where the game's been at. Glenelg certainly been the most dominant side in the second half.
Definitely. Easily 6-goal better side.
The Crows led by 6 points at the first change, but then it's been all the Tigers since. As at the contest now, Lorna puts his head over the ball, steps around some Tigers tacklers, then gives a handball there to a teammate in Lee. Goes forward now to Signorello, who's impressed Doug Robertson this afternoon. Off to Wilson, jams it on the boot, inside 50. Bounce favourably for the player in Edwards. He'll snap off the right boot, but it's across the face. Through for a minor score, so the Crows go to 9-10-64. They trail Glenelg 17-8-110. And those scores, of course, are brought to you by Villiers Family Bakery, celebrating 50 years in the business. Taste the difference with Villiers.
And you do taste the difference there. Good pies and pasties.
Oh,
really.
Absolutely.
Really nice stuff. Plays go out wide along the boundary, looking for Shop, but can't find him. Drills out. It'll be a kick back. Ball given back to the Crows. This is Big Deer, Harry Deer. Hasn't been that bad for his first game back. Been okay. Kicks long and deep. Looking for Himmelberg. Big pack, big punch coming. That's actually Scharenberg, not overly tall. 6-footer. He jumped over the whole pack and punched it to the boundary line. Ball will be thrown in. 24 minutes into the final term. 47 points up. The Bays deep into the northern pocket. Ball's thrown in now. VV's gone hard all day. Playing one of the best now. Even though he's probably shaded in hit-outs, he's played really well with his attack. Play on was a call, and Big O'Brien copped one in the back of the head because it was play on. He couldn't mark it and hold his position. Ball up and down, about to be thrown up again. VV from behind gets it down to the ground. Signorello, first one there. He's done that a lot, Phil Aspinall. He picks it up well.
Yeah, he's had his head over the footy for most of the day, and he's second equal leading stats getter for the Crows with 22 disposals, but impressively 11 tackles, Doug.
Yeah, that's good. Well, it's good and it's bad because it shows that they were losing the ball in the second half and they were doing more tackling than attacking the ball. It's a good balance. You've got to tackle, there's no doubt about it, but if that's your highest stat, well, maybe you didn't get the ball enough.
Yeah, chasing your opponent for most of the day, and that's what the Crows have done in the second half, as the ball will be thrown in.
VV fights for front spot, but beaten by O'Brien. Brought down to the ground. No one could get away. That was Amato who was trapped. O'Brien again, he's been impressive with his second up efforts. Goes out wide, Launer now. Kicks long into the front of goal for the Crows. Reynolds punches it away. Ball hits the ground. Picked up is that's young Jarman. Jarman has a goal on his left foot. Just dribbled through for a point. That's not enough. That's no good for them. The now 9 goals, 11, 65. They trail 17-8, 110 to the Bays.
Yeah, it was beautifully read by Jarman there, and he took did well to take possession at full pace, just couldn't quite get the boot to ball to come around enough. As from the kick out, the Crows have turned it over. Matty Lee takes the mark. The boy from the Riverland kicks long, kicks strong, and kicks a goal.
Big kick.
Great finish from Matthew Lee. He gets Adelaide's 10th. That's his first on the afternoon. And the Crows go to 10-11-71. But Glenelg, they're in front. They're 17-8-1-10. We have gone 26 minutes in this final term. And probably a highlight for the Crows today. That was a long, big kick, as you called, Doug. A beautiful finish from Matthew Lee.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was a great big kick. I don't think it was appreciated much by the crowd here. Hardly a murmur. You and I, the only one who enjoyed it. But at least they're having a go. You've got to go long. When you're a defender and you see the ball coming in long time and time again, repeat entries, that's when you get stressed. Ball's down now. Up in the middle, VV, up and down without getting the ball. Harrison puts it down. Harrison Deer, that is, goes into the forward line with a left foot kick. There's Ben Davis, has tried hard all day and got plenty of physical work. Hadn't with it, but claimed straight away. A good feature of the Tigers today is their team tackling.
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. Just wanted to bring that up in the stats because they've had an amazing 106 tackles. That's as high as you'll see at SANFL level. 106 tackles, great intensity from the Tigers.
They've kept them down. They kept the Jarman goes in long now to the forward. 10 metres out from goal. Up is Himmelberg. Two-hand serve, but lost the ball. Good tackle there's got him. I reckon he's got holding the ball. McMahon. I reckon he's had he swung his opponent around. Tried a handball, missed the ball altogether. McMahon will kick a goal from less than 10 metres in front. No, it's just outside. It picked up the wrong man on the mark. So it's less than 15 metres. And I should say McMahon will kick this goal to give the Crows 3 on the trot. A mini comeback. Or if the Bay's just given up. And he comes down, McMahon, head over the ball, bang, it's a goal. Thank you very much. That's 11 goals, 11. The Adelaide Crows 77 to 17 goals, 8, 110. 77 to 110. The Bays hold command. 28 minutes into the final term at Glenelg Stadium in what has been a pretty entertaining game of football. I like the skills, I like the attack on the ball. Just that Adelaide have got to find a forward target they can rely on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a struggle for them all day. We've had 28 goals kicked on the day, so certainly some high scoring here in the SANFL, which is what we love, and a good goal there to McMahon, who's playing his local footy with the Glenelg Dragons.
Well, he might not be back there next week. I think he's played okay.
Yeah, he kicked 6 for him last week, but he's done well today. He kicked a goal earlier. We're back in the middle. Deer won the hit out on this occasion, coming through Hampton. Taps it to his own advantage.
Good play.
Did well off the non-preferred left. Kicks towards half forward, and the aforementioned McMahon couldn't quite take the mark, but the siren sounds. That ends the misery for the Crows today. Their 7th consecutive loss. And the Tigers have won this contest against the Crows. Final scores 17-8-110. Adelaide 11-11-77. The final margin, a 33-point win there to Glenelg. Certainly the better side on the day, Doug Robertson. Good victory for the Tigers.
Yeah, they were the best side. Up at half-time, it was anybody's game. And we doubted who would come out because their third quarters from both teams haven't been great. Fantastic effort. The goals there to the home side. Miller, Terry with 5, Josh Scott with 5, and Ian Miller with 2. That's 12 goals, and that's more than the Crows kicked on their own. That's a good effort. There's a few more because they ended up with 17. We'll get those clearly at the end.